Nestled in the heart of Sonoma, Verano Cafe stands as the answer to locals yearning for wholesome food. Opened by Veronica Perez and Carlos Rubio, this cozy diner is nestled conveniently at the crossroads of Highway 12 and Verano Avenue. At Verano Cafe, breakfast, lunch, and dinner are experiences crafted with love and local ingredients. Each dish is a symphony of taste. But Verano Cafe isn't just about breakfast. Their lunch menu features favorites like fish and chips and classic French dishes catering to all tastes. Dinner includes house-made pasta dishes and elegant entrees. What really sets Verano Cafe apart is its commitment to quality and community. With locally sourced ingredients and a dedicated team that feels like family, Verano Cafe offers a warm and welcoming atmosphere. Whether you're a Sonoma local or a visitor, Verano Cafe promises to elevate your dining experience. Join us today and become a part of the Verano Cafe family. Verano Cafe, located at the crossroads of Highway 12 and Verano Avenue in Sonoma. Can I have another beer, please? Can I have another beer, please? The first rule to carrying on is to not get carried away. The Sonoma Springs Brewing Company reminds you to always drink responsibly.
Stompers and the Seagulls here from San Bruno. Thanks for battling through the technical difficulties here on the Stompers Broadcast Network. I'm Karen Costa, joined alongside Nate Martin for game number 27 of the summer. The Stompers enter 13-13. They've won 3 ball games in a row. The biggest number that stands out on the page, though, for Sonoma is the 1-7 record away from home. The Stompers beat the Seagulls here the first Saturday of the season. They haven't won a road game since, including losses at Slow, Walnut Creek, and Menlo Park. But here against the Seagulls, they are 3-0 this summer, and they go up against Ted Tesaurus, who's a 5'11", 195-pound righty from Las Vegas, Nevada. He played at UNLV last year, or he was on UNLV's roster. Did not play. He's currently in the portal. Went to Arborview High School. Hurt his back before his freshman year at UNLV, and is now fielding a couple of mid-major offers to play in 2026. He's made 7 appearances, 2 of them starts, an 0-2 record, and he's pitched to a 4.71 ERA over 21 innings pitched. The second day in a row, the Stompers face a lefty, and it's the 2 best starters in the rotation for San Francisco. Tesaurus faces Keys, Heredia, and Carlson in the first. Home plate umpire says play, and at 6:09 Pacific time, the first pitch misses. High and inside for ball 1. Here in San Bruno, California, it's 62 degrees with a feels like of 55, and that's going to continue to drop as the night progresses. Keys a lefty, Tesaurus a lefty. It's fouled back to the screen. 1-1. Keys against San Francisco this year, 2 for It's good for a 273 batting average overall this season, a 470 on base. TK, an on base machine from last year, has done a good job of keeping that OBP north of 400. The pitch to him is a called strike, top of the zone, 1-2. It's Keys, Heredia, Carlson, Garcia, Vassell, Sebastiani, Europero, Johnston, and Ayala against Tesaurus. The pitch to Trent is swung on and missed. The first strikeout of the ball game is the 20th on the year for the Southpaw, one away. That brings up a righty, Mateo Heredia. First at bat this year against San Francisco. Two-way player from Cerritos College is headed to CSUN for this next season. He takes a called strike, top of the zone again. It's 0-1. San Francisco 4-21 entering play today on a 9-game losing streak. 3-8 here at home at San Bruno Park. Pitch to Heredia, foul back to the screen, 0-2. Tesaurus, a fastball in the high 80s. He works with AJ Hurtado at his battery mate. Heflin, Gurman, and Waldvogel left to right. Ramirez, Brewer, Feliciano, and Lamoth. Third to first. 0-2 pitch to Mateo Heredia is low, bounced up there, 1-2.
Almost bounced a good foot in front of the plate. Bad miss there from Tesaurus.
Hurtado sets up and Heredia fouls it back to the screen again. Nate, we talked so much about the big backstops in the CCL. That is not a problem here. Barely any room between home plate and the backstop here at the home of the Seagulls, San Bruno Park. It's just a local city park in San Bruno and has some very interesting dimensions. The pitch. Heredia takes a curveball that misses. The count's even at 2-2.
Oh, I was gonna say you don't have to worry about missing pitches in terms of outside of the zone, low and away, up and high. You have to worry about missing them in the zone because it's such a hitter's friendly park.
Heredia bounces this one foul. It's 3-0-2 to the foul line and right. It's only 479 to the center field fence, but it's a center field fence that runs onto a second baseball field. It's two abutting fields here in San Bruno. Heredia strikes out swinging. That's the second for Tesaurus through 2 hitters. And then the left field line is slanting upwards. Towles Hill-esque left field. That fence, it's 345 feet away from home plate.
And here's someone who knows this right field very, very well. The short porch. Hunter Carlson had 2 home runs against these Seagulls the first time these two teams faced off.
He also homered against San Francisco last night. We'll see what he does in his first trip against Tesaurus, and he'll start behind in the count, 0-1.
You have to imagine he's feeling confident in this game after hitting 2 against these guys here, 1 against them last night.
Powerful lefty, even stance. Sets up with his back foot kicking out the white line at the back of the batter's box. Tesaurus left on left, fires home, and it's fouled into the glove of Hurtado. 0-2 on the Stompers leader in average. Hunter's hitting .299 this season, 6 doubles, 4 homers, 26 driven in. 75% of those home runs have come against these goals. 0-2, Tesaurus way ahead. Carlson hits it the other way, down the left field line and out of play.
And again, there's no real boundaries as to what is and what isn't out of play down those foul lines. Down right field, you kind of have a creek and a footpath running right next to the foul line. And down left, it's another footpath and a hill.
There's the turtle set up along with the light post. That's sort of the unofficial end of the line. And Hunter Carlson's rung up on a pitch at the very tippity top of the zone. He's gone a-looking. Tesori strikes out the side. Nothing across for Sonoma with the Seagulls coming up in the bottom half.
In your quest for roofing services, look no further than Crandall Roofing. Crandall's dedicated team of professionals guarantees excellence, from roof repairs to installations. Crandall delivers top-notch solutions with unmatched value. Crandall Roofing uses only Class A fire-rated materials, and Crandall Roofing is certified by the manufacturer to extend warranties up to 50 years of coverage. Crandall Roofing's simple pricing for roof services ensures transparency and ease. With straightforward rates and no hidden fees, Crandall Roofing makes roofing solutions accessible for all. Let your next roof be your last roof. Crandall Roofing, Diamond certified and proud partner of the Sonoma Stompers.
Stompers offense went down 1-2-3 in the top of the first inning, all via the strikeout against Ted Tesoris. And now in the bottom of the first, Max Mazinter, a 6'5", 208-pound righty from Scottsdale, will take the mound. He went to Chaparral High School and then South Mountain Community College for 2 years. After that, he pitched at Tulane for this last season. He only pitched an inning and a third. He's currently in the portal, making his second appearance for Sonoma. He went 1 inning out in relief against Santa Maria, the Indians, back last Thursday. He gave up a run in an inning, 3 walks and a strikeout. Command, of course, the biggest woe in that first outing. Tries to clean that up here. He faces Jake Brewer to start the ball game. And the first pitch misses high. Brewer, Lamoth, Wall, Hurtado, Gurman, and Waldvogel, Heflin, Ramirez, and Feliciano. This one's fouled straight back to the screen. Corralled by Angel Garcia after it kicks off the backstop. It's a Mazinter to Garcia battery. Nick Sebastiani gets a start in left. Connor Johnston in center. Trent Keys out in right. Tino Vassell and Bryson Ayala on the left side of the infield. Misael Europero and Hunter Carlson on the right side. Mazinter's 1-1. Called strike. 1-2. Brewer played up through the Seagulls Academy. He's hitting .280 with a .407 on base percentage, aiming for his 22nd hit of the campaign. He bounces this one foul, does a nice job to stay alive. He had .267 last year. 2 doubles and a triple to go along with 15 home runs. He already has a double and a triple this year. And for what's now 10 games less than he played last year. Mazinter's pitch to Brewer. It's right on right. The 6'5" Arizona native misses upstairs. The count's 2-2. Blake Dempsey has the balls and strikes tonight, and we've already picked up from the angle right here that it's going to be given at the top of the zone. That's where Hunter Carlson disagreed with his first pitch. Brewer takes high, and the count is full at 3-2. Jake Brewer has a chance to draw what would be his 10th walk of the season to go along with 19 strikeouts. Payoff pitch from Mazinter. Brewer grounds it to second right at Europero. Knocks it down, recovers, bare hands, throws him out at first. Nice battle by Brewer to get it to 3-2. Europero stuck with that ground ball and got the out of Brewer.
It was a really nice play by Europero. I mean, it was a hard hit ball in and out of his glove, and good recovery to bounce back and fire it into first in time.
Brings up the all-star left fielder Christian Lamoth from St. Bonaventure University, majoring in sports media for the Bonnies, and on the field he's been quite good as well. A .272 average, 6 doubles, a triple, 2 home runs. He starts behind in the count, 0-1. He's also done a great job of getting on base. 18 walks for the lefty, who takes inside. The count's 1-1. Just getting started, last of the first. Scoreless ball game between Sonoma and San Francisco. Mazinter's 1-1 pitch is served into center field. Cutting over is Johnston, and he makes the catch. Connor Johnston, the center fielder today, angling out towards right and in. He made the play. Now Tanner Wall, a Pepperdine committed ball player. He played at St. Francis High School down in Mountain View. Graduated just a couple months ago. Gets the chance to play summer ball before he starts down in SoCal for the Waves. First pitch to him is lined down the right field line and foul. Wall plays at St. Francis. That's a private school powerhouse, at least for baseball, down on the peninsula. And he's going to play at Pepperdine, which I've only had the chance to see the Pepperdine ball field from above, but it was a real beautiful campus.
Right in Malibu. I mean, how could it
right
not
on,
be?
Right on the coast.
They filmed a Disney series there.
Wall pops this one up, high in the air. Very, very shallow right. Europero now coming back onto the infield dirt. He makes the catch, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go. Both teams in the first were scoreless, heading to the second on the Stompers Broadcast Network.
The official headwear provider for the Sonoma Stompers is Melvin Roy. Melvin Roy hats, made to be lived in. From baseball nights in Sonoma to road trips anywhere. Everyday moments, Melvin Roy hats. This is legacy in motion. Melvin Roy. This season, AVA Tractor LLC is proud to support local baseball and the farming community that helps keep the wine country working. AVA Tractor provides vineyard-focused equipment for serious growers, including Deutz Fahr tractors. From daily farming needs to the next generation of vineyard equipment, AVA Tractor is built for Napa and Sonoma growers who need ROI, local support, and equipment that can work in real vineyard conditions. Hit it out of the park with AVA Tractor LLC. Solutions made for your vineyard. Hey, Stomper fans! Sonoma Springs Brewing Company has created a new special beer just for us. It's called On Deck. It's a light, crisp lager brewed for a smooth, refreshing finish. The perfect beer to enjoy here at Arnold Field or anytime you're thirsty. Sonoma Springs and the Sonoma Stompers, where your next beer is always on deck.
Second inning of play here at San Bruno Park. The Stompers trying to pick up a 4-game win streak. They're on their first 3-game heater of the season. They hadn't won more than back-to-back games until last night's victory over the Seagulls. And San Francisco trying to avoid the dreaded double-digit losing streak. They've lost 9 in a row.
Yeah, we've seen double-digit win streaks in the CCL North this summer. I don't think we've seen a double-digit L.
First pitch in there to Garcia. Garcia, right-handed hitter, pops it foul down the right field line. He played with the catcher, A.J. Hurtado, at Coppin State last year. Garcia will not be returning to play for the Golden Eagles. He will play for Bellarmine, the Knights, out in Kentucky, along with today's 8-hitter, Connor Johnston, heading back there. The pitch to Garcia is a called strike 3. And Tesaurus has struck out 4 Stompers in a row to start this ball game.
We'll certainly have a lot better luck than the lefty starter last night. Stompers did a good job of getting to Joseph Steidel, who is the Seagulls ace this summer. Having a bit more trouble against Tesaurus, the number 2.
Second baseman Feliciano one step over towards first for the lefty Vassell, who takes a called strike 1. Tino, an all-star. He got the start at second base in the showcase in Reno. He's at third base today. He has 8 runs driven in against San Francisco this year. He takes high, and the count is 1-1. Vassell, a .278 hitter this season. A .434 on-base percentage. Takes, whoa, A.J. Hurtado brought it off the dirt to try and fool Blake Dempsey without any luck. The count's 2-1, and for what feels like the first time all night, a Stomper's ahead in the count against Tesaurus. The lefty works quickly, off the middle of the rubber. Vassell fouls it back. Tino headed back to USF. He'll play his second year under Rob DeToma with the Dons. Joined by a couple Stompers now. 2-2 pitch, low, 3-2. Mike Jones will be playing for USF. That's one. Jake Andreas headed back there as well. Wesley Harwell, who was there last year, will no longer be there, headed to Iona. Sam Schnitzer, that's a good one, his all-star buddy. Vassell takes high, and the Stompers have their first base runner and also their first guy to not strike out. It's the 5th hitter of the ballgame, Tino Vassell.
It's the hot dog batter. Fielder number 6, Nick Sebastiani.
That brings up Nick Sebastiani, who's appearing in his 20th game, hitting .206 with a .302 on base, a couple extra base hits, and 8 RBI. Played here before. He's a third-year Sonoma Stomper, and he takes a called ball, fastball at the top of the zone, too high according to Dempsey. Stompers jockeying for playoff position this year. They sit in that final playoff spot above Alameda, and Tesaurus misses high again.
This thing here called the hot dog batter. They picked Nick Sebastiani. He struck out 20 times this season. You would have had a better luck picking the first 4 guys in the order than
already.
Sebastiani, who's ahead 2-0.
Hitters count. Nick takes a called strike. Center fielder Gurman 2 steps to the pull side for the righty. Sebastiani late on a fastball. The count's even at 2-2. 1 on, 1 out. Scoreless ball game. Top of inning number 2's Nick Seb, right-handed hitter. very wide stance. Back foot on the back line. He takes up and out 3-2. Professional take from the left fielder today, who's been on the all CCL North team the last 2 years. The payoff to him is hit foul back to the screen. Sebastiani does enough to stay alive, and he's earned himself a second payoff from Tesaurus. Runner goes, the pick goes to first base, the tag, Vassell's out. Vassell is picked off. The throw goes 1-3-6. And now, all of a sudden, the Stompers are one pitch away from going down quietly in the second. Payoff to Sebastiani, fouled in out of the glove of Hurtado, couldn't squeeze it. A very nice battle brewing. We will see now an 8th pitch. Sebastiani trying to extend the inning for Misael Europero. Zach Pace giving some advice to Tino Vassell on the base running after was picked off second out of this inning. 3-2 pitch to Sebastiani's hit high in the air towards the shortstop Brewer, who's right on the lip of the outfield grass, makes the catch. The side is retired. For the Stompers, no runs, no hits, nobody left. We head to the bottom of inning number 2 in a scoreless tie.
In your quest for roofing services, look no further than Crandall Roofing. Crandall's dedicated team of professionals guarantees excellence. From roof repairs to installations, Crandall delivers top-notch solutions with unmatched value. Crandall Roofing uses only Class A fire-rated materials, and Crandall Roofing is certified by the manufacturer to extend warranties up to 50 years of coverage. Crandall Roofing's simple pricing for roof services ensures transparency and ease. With straightforward rates and no hidden fees, Crandall Roofing makes roofing solutions accessible for all. Let your next roof be your last roof. Crandall Roofing, Diamond certified and proud partner of the Sonoma Stompers.
Cresco Rents. What you need, when you need it. And we show you how to use it. It's simple. You choose it, you use it. We have the right tool for every job. Never buy it, never store it. When you need it, just rent it.
I'm Chris Smith, president of Cresco. If you need it, Cresco's got it.
All over the Bay Area and online at CrescoRent.com.
Can I have another beer, please? Can I have another beer, please? The first rule to carrying on is to not get carried away. The Sonoma Springs Brewing Company reminds you to always drink responsibly.
AJ Hurtado, the cleanup hitter from Coppin State, digs in from the right side against Max Mazinter. We're going to get through a second clean inning and hold this scoreless tie. Garcia sets up low and inside. The pitch is fouled back to the screen.
If I were to pick a hot dog batter for the Seagulls order, I'd pick Hurtado. He struck out 6 of the 8 times he's been up to face Stompers pitching.
Struck out twice yesterday. Mazinter sets at the belt, takes a deep breath and delivers to the plate. Hurtado hits it hard to left, right at Nick Sebastiani, who reaches up to make the catch. A hard line drive off the bat of the cleanup man, but it finds the glove of Sebastiani. There's one away.
Maybe I should just leave the hot dog batters to you, Kieran.
I am on a heater. The beer batter, as they're called in Sonoma. My last 5 beer batter picks have all struck out twice. The first pitch to Heflin, a lefty, is bounced foul right over the Seagull dugout down the first base line. That houses the Seagulls wearing their home deep sea blue uniforms. Seagulls in black script across the front, outlined in white piping on the sleeves. The Stompers in the classic road grays Sonoma and navy script across the front. Orange numbers on the front, navy letters on the back. As Heflin takes inside corner 0-2. The next chance to see the beer batter will be at Arnold Field on Friday. Sonoma at home Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Come out for Casa night on Friday. 6:05 first pitch against the Philippines baseball group. Mazinter's 0-2 here is swung on and missed. Blew it right by him. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. First strikeout for Mazinter. You can find your tickets to see the Stompers at stompersbaseball.com. One's fouled back to the screen. Dirk Waldvogel now hits. He's a
I believe it's Davis Gurman. And then Waldvogel is the man on deck. It was some late flipping around from Mark Craviglia in the batting order.
Gurman takes a ball.
It was originally Gurman as the 5-hitter.
Yeah.
Waldvogel 6, Heflin 7. Now it's Heflin 5, Gurman 6, Waldvogel 7.
There's outfield alignments all mixed around as that one misses. Pitch to Gurman. At the knees and low, so maybe there we're getting our answers about Blake Dempsey's zone. Nothing at or around the knees, but up around the letters. Sure, why not? Not a place you want to attack as a pitcher. 3-1 pitch from Mazinter. A deep breath and a delivery. Gurman grounds it to third. Vassell gloves, spins, throws. Carlson can't pick it on the other end. We'll wait on official scoring on that. The error would go on Tino Vassell on the throw if they give one. And Zach Pace has the same question for Blake Dempsey. The Seagulls have hit out of order. There should be an out. Zach Pace has caught the mistake. He's discussing with Blake Dempsey. They do have to hit in the order shown in the lineup. And we shall see what the outcome of this is. They did hit the lineup that we were given, and clearly the one that Zach Pace was given to, showed the due-up batters this inning to be Gurman, then Waldvogel, and then Heflin. Heflin led off the inning, then Gurman hit, and now Waldvogel digs in. Zach Pace has a case here. I don't know what the outcome could be. I don't know what is.
We saw Zach Pace get tossed last night. I don't think he's going to get tossed here. He's just asking for
clarification. He's just asking a question, and he's correct.
He is correct. This is a completely different order.
Unless those changes were given to the umpire. The conversation continues between Pace and Dempsey. Mark Caviglia is yet to be called over.
surprised he hasn't called Caviglia over yet.
In college baseball, if the defensive team appeals to the home plate umpire and officially has the wrong batters in order, it should be an out awarded against this batter. Waldvogel should not be allowed to hit. I don't know what happens at the end of this conversation. It's pretty straightforward. Zach Pace says, here's where the 3 on the lineup cards, and Dempsey's going to the wrong coach. I can tell you that. He's going to go talk to the... Oh, he's going to call his other umpires over. So now there's a meeting between...
He's
he should
right.
be out. He should be out. Mark Caviglia either wrote the wrong order or sent the wrong guys up. Either way, the order that he gave Zach Pace is not the order that the players hit this inning.
Mark Caviglia is the man at third. He's on the other side of the field.
It's just a meeting between the umpires down the first base line. What should happen is Waldvogel should be ruled out.
That is the rule.
We will see if the umpires come to the same conclusion as us, and we will step aside. Break in the action, long meeting between the umpires. We'll be right back.
Hey, Stomper fans! Sonoma Springs Brewing Company has created a new special beer just for us. It's called On Deck. It's a light, crisp lager brewed for a smooth, refreshing finish. The perfect beer to enjoy here at Arnold Field or anytime you're thirsty. Sonoma Springs and the Sonoma Stompers, where your next beer is always on deck. Rawhides on deck. Rawhides on deck. Oh my God. Rawhides on deck. On Deck can be purchased right here at the ballpark and at Sonoma Springs Brewery, located at 19449 Riverside Drive in Sonoma. Can I have another beer, please? Can I have another beer, please? The first rule to carrying on is to not get carried away. The Sonoma Springs Brewing Company reminds you to always drink responsibly.
So, Derek Waldvogel is going to hit for... Derek Waldvogel is going to hit here in the spot that was once belonging to Davis Garn. The pitch is fouled back. I'm going to ask the home plate umpire for an explanation after this. Cade Heflin, who hit out of order to start the inning, is back on deck. He's going to hit twice in 3 hitters. I don't know. They should start sending Aaron Judge up 9 times if the order is not confirmed till the second time through. The pitch is a called strike.
You're going to face 10, I think 0 cents.
Yeah, I'm very confused.
Either that is just some great baseball IQ from Mark Caviglia or just playing
I don't know whose mistake this is. An 0-2 pitch is coming. And Waldvogel bounces it to third. Vassell has another chance. His throw to first is in time. Out 5-3, and the side is retired. Nothing across for the Seagulls. We'll be right back.
Nestled in the heart of Sonoma, Verano Cafe stands as the answer to locals yearning for wholesome food. Opened by Veronica Perez and Carlos Rubio, this cozy diner is nestled conveniently at the crossroads of Highway 12 and Verano Avenue. At Verano Cafe, breakfast, lunch, and dinner are experiences crafted with love and local ingredients. Each dish is a symphony of taste. But Verano Cafe isn't just about breakfast. Their lunch menu features favorites like fish and chips and classic French dishes catering to all tastes. Dinner includes house-made pasta dishes and elegant entrees. What really sets Verano Cafe apart is its commitment to quality and community. With locally sourced ingredients and a dedicated team that feels like family, Verano Cafe offers a warm and welcoming atmosphere. Whether you're a Sonoma local or a visitor, Verano Cafe promises to elevate your dining experience. Join us today and become a part of the Verano Cafe family. Verano Cafe, located at the crossroads of Highway 12 and Verano Avenue in Sonoma.
So the Stompers, I believe, appealed too late to have an out. Blake Dempsey, the home plate umpire, explained to me as Kate Heflin is going to hit again for the third time in 4 hitters when we start the bottom of the second. Now it's the top of the third, and Misael Europero takes inside and high for ball 1. I was not given a very clear explanation. That's all I will say. In that inning, in the bottom of the second, went line out, strikeout, error, ground out. And the pitch is called the ball to Angel Garcia.
I think we might have noticed that before anyone in either dugout really did. And they literally announced Kate Heflin up to bat.
That pitch misses low, and the count's now 3-0 to Misael Europero. A very, very odd start to this ball game.
I mean, there's always weird things when these two teams play. This is one of the weirdest ones we've seen.
The pitch is a called strike. Three and one now. So in that inning, let me find the play-by-play. Europero hits this one into center field, base hit. And the Stompers have a base runner. It's Misael Europero. So in that inning, Heflin hit in the spot that should have been Gurman's, and then Gurman hit in the spot that should have been Waldvogel, and then Waldvogel hit in the spot that should have been Heflin. But at some point, the appeal was too late. But all 3 of those hitters hit out of order, so I don't know when they should have appealed it.
Probably should have appealed it earlier. That's the one conclusion you can have.
Johnston takes low, but all 3 hitters were hitting incorrectly.
Wouldn't it matter if you just call out one of them hitting incorrectly? Like if you appealed it at the start of the at-bat for Waldvogel, or if you appealed it at the start of the at-bat for Gurman?
That pitch is a called strike. So in that inning, Hurtado lined out, then Heflin struck out swinging. That was supposed to be Gurman. The pitch here to Johnston is a called strike. And then one other scoring change, it was a single on the ground ball to third base. No error charged against Tino Vassell. Sure, I guess he'll take it for the stats. And there was no earned run, so no harm, no foul. Stompers aid from the home scoring. And then after that, time is called at home plate. Tesaurus did not engage with the hitter.
It's the second time we've seen a Seagulls pitcher do that.
A check on first base, safe, is Europero. So, in my book, it should be Alan Ramirez, Emilio Feliciano, and then back to the top in Jake Brewer. We'll see who comes up to bat, and we'll see if anything comes of it. The pitch to Johnston is late, called strike 3 from Blake Dempsey. Top of the zone. 5th strikeout for Tesaurus, and it feels to me like the umpires have very little control of this ball game in the early going. A check on first base, back to the bag safely is Europero. And then I guess my second question is what's going to happen here the second time through?
Well, they'd have to hit an order, right? If they've hit out of order. One sort of
called strike at home plate, called to Ayala.
Or would they just have to hit?
Yeah,
in
or
that
do
new
they have
order?
to go in the order that they went up in? It's another good question. The pitch to Ayala is well inside. The count's 1-1. An already chippy affair in the early going. We play in the top of the third. 1 on, 1 out. Ayala takes outside and high.
Well, that's something you always have to take into account as well. The Seagulls have a very vocal dugout, especially here at home in San Bruno, and it's a very, intimate ballpark. You can hear everything.
2-1. Ayala ahead in the count. He pops it foul back, up and over the screen. The count is 2-2. Two and two to the Stomper shortstop. He takes low. Hurtado tried to bring it up. Dempsey didn't bite, and the count is full. Europero back easily at first base. It's a 0-0 ball game. We play in the top of the third. Some controversy in the bottom of the second inning regarding the Seagull batting order, and I was given little to no clarification on what happens now. Ayala hits this ball to center. Davis Gurman goes back and now squares up to make the catch, 2 away.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 3, Trent Keys.
I mean, we had an inning yesterday where a manager was ejected and the sprinklers went off. I mean, these two teams just produced some weird stuff, man.
The only problem is my lack of an explanation. I can't tell you, the listener, what's going on because I don't know myself.
I don't think anyone really knows.
Maybe that's the problem. There's a couple of people on the field who should. Keys takes low. He's ahead 2-0. Stompers flip it back to the top of the order with Europero at first and 2 outs in a scoreless third inning. Called strike. Pitch to Keys is lined into left field. That's a base hit. Heflin cuts over and picks it up on a couple of hops. Stompers have 2 on with 2 out.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 49, Mateo Heredia.
It was around this time, last time these two teams were here, where Sonoma started to find some cracks in Seagulls pitching. Hunter Carlson, the man on deck, had a 3-run homer in that 3rd inning. He's on deck.
Heredia's up with 2 on and 2 out. The pitch, Mateo takes upstairs, 1-0. Heredia swings and misses. The count's 1-1. Waldvogel a few steps off the line in right. Everybody in the outfield plays Heredia to pull. He's a right-handed hitter headed to CSUN. 2-way. Guy he pitched last night at 1-2-3 inning. With the bat this time, he bounces it foul back to the screen. Two on, 2 out. 1-2 pitch on the way to Mateo Heredia. Inside. The count's 2-2. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Second hitter in the lineup is Heredia, the DH today. Struck out his first time through. Tesores sets at the belt, peeks at second, delivers to the plate. Heredia takes low with a curveball, filler up at 3-2. And that means that Europero will start from second and Keys will start from first on first motion from the lefty. Heredia lines this one into center field. Coming on is Gurman. He plays it on a hop. Rounding third is Europero. He's going to come home. The throw rolls to the plate. It's a base hit and an RBI for Misael Europero. Or for Mateo Heredia scores Misael Europero. Stompers lead it 1-0. Keys held at second. For Mateo, it's RBI number 6.
There's a couple of nice singles here from Sonoma this inning, finding, green grass in the outfield. Love a crooked number in this inning to start.
Left fielder Heflin plays deep, and that one's low on a curveball. Tesores has been really good this year. Not as sharp as we usually see him today. He struck out the first 4 batters that he faced. He issued a walk to Vassell in the second and 3 singles here in the third, and there's action behind him down in that bullpen. Carlson takes a ball.
Got a sidearm delivery getting loose in the pen, and that was a really interesting ball call there from home plate umpire Blake Dempsey. As long as the zone's consistent, that's what counts.
Ben Juiced is the man in the bullpen. 2 on, still 2 out. The 2-0 pitch, Carlson takes a called strike, and the count's 2-1. Angel Garcia on deck if the inning would continue. Pitch to Carlson. Outside, 3-1. Hitters count to the powerful left-handed stick. One more wide one loads him up for Angel Garcia. One nothing Stompers, top of the third. The pitch to Carlson, swing and a miss. Got his ace swing off and a hitter's count. But instead, the count runs full 3-2. Once again, the runners will go. This time it's Keys from second and Heredia from first. The payoff pitch to Carlson is grounded to first. Lamoth can't make the play. It kicks off him. Carlson is safe at first, and now Mateo Heredia's hung up off second base. Keys is going to bolt for home. The throw is going to come home, and now everyone's in a pickle. Keys is going to come towards the plate. They're going to run him down and tag him out. So we'll see how that rules. It should be an error on Lamoth and then a fielder's choice. The inning does end. Stompers did not execute that rundown correctly, and the side is retired. But Sonoma gets a run on 3 hits, 1 error, and 2 left.
Can't make it to the game? No problem. Watch all Stompers home games streamed live on the Sonoma Stompers YouTube channel. You can catch all the action with Kieran Costa and Nate Martin starting 20 minutes before first pitch with the Stompers pregame show. Join us on the road for radio feeds of all Stompers road games, live on the Stompers Radio Network.
2-1 pitch to Keys. That one's bounced towards second. There'll be a play at the plate. The throw home from left field. Kicks away. Take about Trent Keys, the walk-off hero. 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Braden Gens pitches. Beal strikes out swinging. Stomps win. The pitch to Sebastiani is hit a mile to deep left field. Coupland back at the track. See you later.
Rawhides on deck. Rawhides on deck. Oh my God. Rawhides on deck. On Deck can be purchased right here at the ballpark and at Sonoma Springs Brewery, located at 19449 Riverside Drive in Sonoma.
Welcome back here to San Bruno. It's the bottom of the 3rd. The Seagulls trail by a run after Sonoma struck first thanks to a Mateo Heredia single. It'll be Ramirez, Feliciano, and Brewer, starting off with Ramirez, who takes a first pitch. No, rather, that is Cade Heflin. So they're going to have the 7-hole hitter hit here as the 8th man up this inning. I guess we're just back to normal for a pitch low. Ball 1 rather, 1-1. For those who missed it, Cade Heflin hit 5th, Gurman 6th, Waldvogel 7th. Despite it saying in the order, Gurman 5th, Waldvogel 6th, Heflin 7th. The pitch. Upstairs, ball 2. And now it's Heflin up again, hitting in the spot where you'd normally have the 8-hole hitter, Alan Ramirez. With no real clear explanation from home plate umpire Blake Dempsey, we're all just going to have to live with it. The 2-1. Popped foul, 2-2. Heflin in that at-bat struck out. He's in a 2-2 count here to Mazinter. The only strikeout of the game so far for the Stompers pitcher making his first start. Mazinter comes home. That one's popped foul to the backstop yet again, 2-2. It's Alan Ramirez on deck, who would be the 8th hitter but the 9th man up today. Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody on, nobody out, and a 1-run game here. Bounce foul towards the Seagulls dugout. We'll do it again. A good fight here for Cade Heflin, his second time up today. Mazenter, tall righty on the mound, 6'5", deals the 2-2. Outside, ball 3. On the fastball, we saw around 90 in his debut for Sonoma. That was an inconsequential inning against the Indians a few days back. In relief, this is his first start. The 3-2. Popped foul and out of play over the Stompers' bullpen down the third base side. The bullpen right behind the Stompers' dugout. The same can be said for the Seagulls housed down the first base side. A cloudy, cool summer night here in San Bruno. Sun still out, blue skies towards the right side. The 3-2. It's foul again. We'll do it once more. A strong fight here from Cade Heflin. Who's now seen Max Mazenter twice, with 2 guys in the Seagulls lineup not seeing him at all. Deep breath from Mazenter in the payoff. Hit high on the third base side into foul territory. Vassell calls for it, and he makes the grab. Cade Heflin is retired P5. Brings up Alan Ramirez. Hitting from the right-hand side against the righty Mazenter. Now Mark Caviglia is having some words with Blake Dempsey, showing off his card to show what he's saying. I don't really know what he's trying to prove here. He just had his 7-hitter hit 5th and 8th in the order. Caviglia heads back to the third base side where he coaches. Bill Ferreira down the first base side. And now Angel Garcia with a quick word for Blake Dempsey as Alan Ramirez steps into the right side of the batter's box. 0 for 4 last time out versus Sonoma last night with a strikeout. The righty comes home to the righty. Ripped over to the left side. Ayala, backhand glove. He couldn't field it cleanly. Ramirez reaches with one down here to bring up Emilio Feliciano. And now Zach Pace is asking for some clarification once more. I'd imagine it has to do with the lineup. We saw Pace get ejected last night by the home plate umpire Kyle Prager about Prager's zone and the issues that Pace had with that. This is a little bit more confusing, and I imagine that Dempsey would be a lot more forgiving. At least you'd hope. As Pace shows Dempsey the card, with Feliciano about to step up, this would normally be the top of the order. He's the 10th batter faced by Max Mazenter. No one still getting loose in the Stompers bullpen. Mazenter's inning number 3 here. He's 1 down and a 1-run game that the Stompers lead. He's still getting some clarification from Dempsey. And I'd imagine you could hear what they're saying if it wasn't for the really loud PA system here in San Bruno, blasting Feliciano's walk-up song. And now Pace is getting a little bit more animated. He walks back over to Dempsey, nods his head, back steps towards his own dugout, now back in the face of Dempsey. Mazenter tossing some warm-up pitches on the mound. As the temperatures are dropping, the tempers could be flaring up. Dempsey now looks down at his card again, writing down more information. This all would have been so much more simple if Ramirez just hit the lead off the inning. Instead, he stands on first with one down after Cade Heflin was retired for the second time tonight. Emilio Feliciano still waiting to enter the batter's boxes. Blake Dempsey is still writing down stuff in his card. Zinter so far has been solid. He's forced a lot of weak contact. On a strikeout, only one hit allowed. We'll wait to see if that Ramirez hit over to the left side of the infield is ruled an error on Ayala. It was a tough backhand play to make, but it was a pretty softly hit ball. As Dempsey is still writing information down, he now calls for Mark Caviglia. The two other umpires join this meeting. Zach Pace and his coaching staff standing on the third base dugout awaiting the decision. We will take a quick step aside for the second time in as many innings as we try to figure out what's going on.
Hey, Stomper fans! Sonoma Springs Brewing Company has created a new special beer just for us. It's called On Deck. It's a light, crisp lager brewed for a smooth, refreshing finish. The perfect beer to enjoy here at Arnold Field or anytime you're thirsty. Sonoma Springs and the Sonoma Stompers, where your next beer is always on deck. Can I have another beer, please? Can I have another beer, please? The first rule to carrying on is to not get carried away. The Sonoma Springs Brewing Company reminds you to always drink responsibly.
Welcome back to San Bruno. It's still exactly how it is when we left you. Alan Ramirez over at first. Emilio Feliciano, the 10th batter of the ballgame, but number 9 on the lineup, steps in. After no clear resolution, he swings and misses at a pitch low. Blake Dempsey has been thrown into a really weird situation, but I think there's a couple different ways he could have handled this a little bit better. As Mazinter, the righty, comes home to Feliciano, the righty. Pitch blown away, ball 1. To start out, to go back to the last inning, you probably should have rewarded an out. If the order is incorrect and the Stompers noticed it, which they did, that should be recognized as an out, but Dempsey didn't give it. Sonoma played through. The 1-1. Bounce foul right to the Stompers' dugout. 1-2 with one down. The other solution would be have the 8-hole hitter lead off the inning like he was supposed to, but instead they had the 7-hole hitter, Cade Heflin, hit again for the second time today. The 1-2 is upstairs, ball 2. Feliciano hitting just 145 this year, 2 for 8 against the Stompers. Was a pinch hitter last night and got a knock. Ramirez rather takes his lead over at first. Garcia's at the plate, and Ramirez takes off the back pick over to second, over the head of Urapero and into the outfield. A simple way to get the second if you're Alan Ramirez. You got caught in a pickle. Mazinter could have easily had you over at second, but he just loofed it over Urapero, and now the Seagulls have a runner in the scoring position. Double play ball out of effect. Runner on second. 2-2 count, one down in a 1-0 ball game here in the bottom of the third. The Stompers lead. The pitch. Fouled out of play down the first base side towards the creek that runs along the right field side here at San Bruno. A really nice city park, has a nice aquatic facility, a playground, more baseball fields and tennis courts. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Max Mazinter pitching through the confusion on the field, his second strikeout of the night to bring up the top of the order and the 11th batter of the ball game, Jake Brewer. Brewer grounded out over to second. He comes up in a 1-0 ball game here in the bottom of the third. The Stompers lead. Ramirez takes his lead at second. Righty-righty matchup. And a long stare from Mazinter. Glances back over at second and comes home. Hit over to right, shallow, and it drops. Urapero traces over. He can't fire home. Ramirez scores the tying run of the game on a bloop single from Jake Brewer. It's a 1-1 here in the bottom of the third, with 2 down to bring up Christian Lamoth. Mazinter back onto the mound. 2 down in the inning, in another inning where we saw extended meeting between both the umpires and the coaches. Mazinter pitches, that one bounced up the first base side and it goes foul. Hit the lip of the infield grass. Was going to stay fair if it maybe took a different bounce. Instead rolls foul. Counts 0-1. Ken Blankenship starting to get loose in the Stompers bullpen. Very, very light tossing. Zinter's 0-1. Check swing, appeal down the third, unsuccessful. Counts 1-1. Lamoth flew out to center field. First time through, the Stompers would take a similar result here to get out of the inning. One where the Seagulls tied the game. The 1-1. Runner takes off. That one lined to right center, and it's caught by Johnston. A long run over for the third out of the inning, but not before a run comes home to tie it on a 1 hit, an error, 1 left. We head to the top of the fourth in a tie ball game. Welcome back to San Bruno for the top of the fourth. Nate Martin with you as Angel Garcia, Tino Vassell, and Nick Sebastiani step up to face Theodore Tesaurus for his fourth inning. Gave up the game's first run back in the third. This is the 1-1. Misses upstairs for a ball. Source deals the 1-0. That one hit to left center. Long run over for Gurman, and it drops right in front of him in the gap. A leadoff knock for Angel Garcia. His first of the week. Brings up Tino Vassell with a runner on first, nobody out. Vassell was the Stompers' first base runner. Was also the first Stomper to not strike out this ball game. Drew a walk back in the second before getting picked off in a pickle. First pitch low and a ball. The 1-0. Taken low, ball 2. Great take by Tino Vassell, who's produced magic here in San Bruno. Down by 2. He had a 2 RBI triple to tie it and complete a 5-run comeback for Sonoma in the top of the 9th. He pops that one high and foul over our heads down the third base side and out of the ballpark. A game that's already seen its fair share of controversy after the Seagulls hit a guy twice before 2 of their players hit. Counts 2-1 to Vassell. He takes a breaking ball inside. Ball 3, hitters count. Game's tied at 1 with nobody out. Angel Garcia, the man over at first. Nick Sebastiani, the man on deck. Lefty-lefty matchup between Source and Vassell. Swing and a miss. Vassell now in a 2-strike count. Has 31 on the year, including 2 punch-outs last night. The 3-2. Ripped to right. Long run over for Waldvogel, and it drops. It bounces right up to the wall. Garcia is held up at third. A stand-up double for Tino Vassell.
Get the bat. He's going up again.
Brings up Nick Sebastiani with 2 in scoring position, nobody out. A good opportunity here for Sonoma to retake the lead as Caviglia, I'd say, mound visit to talk things over, and he's going to grab the ball from Tesaurus. That's the day for the starter. We'll get information on the new arm when we come back.
Local expertise worldwide. Sotheby's International Realty is well known for their exceptional real estate agents that distinguish themselves in communities all over the world. To learn more about real estate in Napa, Sonoma, San Francisco, and the rest of the Bay Area, or around the globe, contact Sotheby's International Realty Wine Country Brokerage at 707-935-2288. That's 707-935-2288. Sotheby's International Realty. The Sonoma Stompers are excited to have Jacob's Restaurant providing all of our concessions this season. At the ballpark, you'll find gyros, Chicago dogs, pizza, and salads. But in their restaurant, you'll find an outstanding menu featuring the best Mediterranean-style offerings in town. Seafood linguine, chicken piccata, ravioli, risotto, pizza, and so much more. Don't forget to try their desserts. Jacob's Restaurant is located on 1266 Broadway, right next to Traintown. Jacob's Restaurant, and the Sonoma Stompers, proud partners.
Benjamin Juice, the righty from Pacifica, stands 5'10", plays his collegiate ball over at Pacific University. Steps onto the mound to face the righty, Nick Sebastiani, with 2 in scoring position, nobody out. The corners of the infield playing in. A sidearm delivery finds the bottom of the zone, 0-1. Sebastiani in disbelief at that one. Juice relieves Theodore Tesaurus after Tesaurus went 3+, allowed 5 hits, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. The pitch misses in, ball 1. Tesaurus already responsible for 1 run. He's responsible for both Garcia at third and Vassell at second. Juice winds up and comes home and misses outside, ball 2. I don't even know if it's fair to call it a windup. He just kind of slings it in. Oh, awkward sidearm delivery. The Stompers have seen a couple of these guys this year, including Juice 2 times, as a 2-1 finds the plate, 2-2. Juice pitched an inning versus Sonoma, gave up 2 hits and 2 strikeouts the first time these two teams played. And then the second time on June 18th, pitched 3 innings and allowed 2 runs. 2-2. Bounced foul up the third base side. We'll do it again. For 4 innings against Sonoma hitting, he's struck out 3. Two on, 2-2 count, nobody out. Fouled back by Sebastiani. Just got a piece of bat to that one. A good fight starting to begin between Sebastiani and Juiced. Misael Urapero awaits on deck. He had the Stompers' first hit and represents their only run. Juiced fires. Popped up over and out of play on the right field side. As Lamoff, the first baseman, ran around his bullpen to maybe try and fill that one. It was very clearly out of play. Count still 2-2 with runners on second and third. Juice steals. Inside, ball 3, full count. Good eye from Nick Sebastiani. He's walked 9 times this year. He's struck out 20 times. He's in a full count with 2 in scoring position. The payoff pitch. Popped foul once more. Sebastiani refusing to give in easily. The first man to face Benjamin Juice. About to face his 9th pitch of the at-bat. Juiced stares down Sebastiani, waves off sign from Hurtado, and eventually agrees with the catcher. Juiced fires, and it plunks Sebastiani in the back. A 9-pitch at-bat ends with a hit by pitch to load the bases, still nobody out. Brings up Misael Urapero. Had a single back in the third. He's third on the team in RBIs this year with 13. Has a chance to add a whole lot more. Corners of the infield play in, middle of the infield at double play depth. First pitch, low and in, ball 1. Urapero had his 3rd extra base hit of the year against these Seagulls last night. That was a double back in the 7th inning. Has hitting room down the line. Takes a Fastball low, ball 2. And a favorable count here against the new arm Juiced. Gave up a 9-pitch hit-by-pitch to Sebastiani. He's on first. Vassell at second. Garcia at third. Nobody out here in the top of the 4th in a tie ball game. The 2-0 finds the inner half of the zone, 2-1. Juice trying to come back in the count here as the lights turn on to no effect. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Europero just saw his teammate Nick Sebastiani work a long at-bat against Benjamin Juiced. That produced a result. He's hoping to do the same. Connor Johnston awaits on deck. The pitch. Bopped foul and out of play over our heads behind home plate. Juice working from the first base side of the mound. The 5'10" righty from Pacifica fires. A pitch that's lined off the mound, gloved by Brewer. He steps on second, fires over to first in time for a double play. But Europero scores Garcia. It's 2-1 here in the top of the 4th off of an RBI double play. Advances Vassell over to second, erases Sebastiani. But a run is a run, and Sonoma leads. Brings up Connor Johnston with 2 down, and a runner 90 feet away from scoring as Blake Dempsey signals time. Says he's going to have to, he tells the pitcher Juice, you got to look at the batter before you pitch. Johnson's first pitch is off speed upstairs, ball 1. Johnston struck out looking back in the 3rd. A 1-run game, 2 out here in the top of the 4th. The pitch. Hit over to second. Feliciano gloves, flings it to first in time for the final out of the inning. Sonoma had the bases loaded in the top of the 4th, but could only score a run on 2 hits. No errors with 1 left. We head to the bottom of the 4th and a 1-run ball game.
The official headwear provider for the Sonoma Stompers is Melvin Roy. Melvin Roy hats, made to be lived in. From baseball nights in Sonoma to road trips anywhere. Everyday moments, Melvin Roy hats. This is legacy in motion. Melvin Roy. This season, AVA Tractor LLC is proud to support local baseball and the farming community that helps keep the wine country working. AVA Tractor provides vineyard-focused equipment for serious growers, including Deutz-Fahr tractors. From daily farming needs to the next generation of vineyard equipment, AVA Tractor is built for Napa and Sonoma growers who need ROI, local support, and equipment that can work in real vineyard conditions. Hit it out of the park with AVA Tractor LLC. Solutions made for your vineyard.
At Ricci Vineyards, we feel that wine and baseball are the perfect pairing, and we are proud supporters of our Sonoma Stompers. Our family-run vineyard has been farming and growing grapes and carneros for over 40 years. We encourage you to witness our wine journey and check out our selection of boutique offerings at RicciVineyards.com.
The Stompers are proud to have Adams Chiropractic as our official chiropractor. Keeping our players healthy and in the lineup is our #1 priority. And Adams Chiropractic is right there every step of the way, thanks to Dr. Lawrence Adams.
Welcome back here to San Bruno for the bottom of the fourth. Ken Blankenship enters the game for the starter, Max Mazinter, who went 3 innings, allowed 3 hits, 1 run that was unearned, no walks, 2 strikeouts. A solid first start for the Tulane Green Wave, for the former Tulane Green Wave pitcher, as Blankenship enters. And a game that the Stompers are playing out of protest. Kieran Costa has more for us on that.
So, like across baseball, if there's something that you think the umpires got wrong that wasn't changed, that affected the game, you can play the game under protest. And Zach Pace is playing the game under protest against the home plate umpire, Blake Dempsey, because the Seagulls hit out of order in inning number 2. And then they wound up hitting 10 hitters deep. Cade Heflin hit twice. So here's what happened. The first 4 in the order hit correctly. Then Heflin hit in the spot of Gurman. Gurman hit in the spot of Waldvogel, and Waldvogel hit in the spot of Heflin. Zach Pace appealed that after Waldvogel hit against Heflin, and for some reason,
as the 1-0 is popped up in the foul territory, long run over, and a great play by Angel Garcia right up against the chain link fencing down the third base side. Vassell also went for that one down after.
Blake Dempsey's explanation at the end of the day was that Zach Pace appealed too late because the numbers, like hitting one number after the other number, was correct. That, I think, that is where Blake Dempsey's big mistake was, and after that, it's a very hard job to be an umpire, especially at this level, trying to keep track of the lineups, but after that, the Seagulls would hit Heflin again in his original position, and 10 hitters hit before they went back to the top of the order.
That pitch fouled off, nothing.
And
that to me is where the issue is.
I've never seen that in a baseball game before.
I think it would have been totally okay. Not totally okay, but the correct thing to do there was to hit Ramirez to start the third.
Well,
but instead,
Ramirez should have been
out.
out. Ramirez should have been out, I think, to start the third inning, and then you go to the – I don't know the rule exactly, but I know you can't hit 10 guys and hit the same guy twice in 3 hitters.
Yes, that makes a lot of sense to me, Karen. Maybe not as much sense to more important people than us. The 0-1 misses upstairs, ball 1 to A.J. Hurtado.
And I think the biggest issue that came of that was the fact that there was about 15 to 20 minutes of conversations over those 2 innings where Max Mazinter was just left standing on the pitcher's mound, and it threw him out of his rhythm. Pitch count climbed a little bit, and it has greatly affected the ball game.
That one misses upstairs again for Blankenship, ball 2, and you have to warm up a couple different times. This is some of the coldest temperatures you're going to pitch in all summer, already dropping. And we started this game at what feels like 55. It's probably now feels like 50, 51, 52. So cool weather here at San Bruno. It's what to expect, as that one is fouled on the left field side.
Just an unprofessional look, a little bit, top to bottom.
Yeah, it's.
And now, so in the on deck, Davis Gurman is going to come hit for his original spot in the order. I think from here on out, we're going to go from their original spots in the order. Cade Heflin just got 2 at-bats and 3 hitters. That's I've almost given up on my scorebook for the day.
That one hits a right field, shallow. Trent Keys runs onto it and makes the grab for the second out of the inning. Brings up Davis Gurman. This was Cade Heflin when we saw him back in the second. I mean, maybe it wasn't good for Heflin to hit twice. He got retired both times with a strikeout. I mean, that's some karma from the baseball gods.
And the Stompers rallied behind Zach Pace's ejection today. I would love to see Sonoma come out firing and go get a win on a game where San Francisco's been given every break by the umpires.
Called strike to.
And I think at this point it's done. I think at this point we're going to play with the 9 announced by Mark Caviglia. The mistake was the first time through, and the appeal was denied by Mr. Dempsey.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. Gurman was the single back in the second, hitting in place of Derek Waldvogel, who stands on deck. The pitch popped foul. over the chain link fencing and out of play on the first base side. I mean, it's a problem for everyone, for those scoring the games, for the people keeping the official scoreboard, the Seagulls interns.
And a lot of thanks to those guys. They've done a great job
Absolutely.
working through this.
Ball too cold, low and in.
Wheels have been off the wagon for a very long time here.
Feels like we're just trying to steer this train back onto the tracks and carry on with the baseball game. The Stompers lead 2-1 here in the bottom of the fourth, 2 down. 2-1 pitch. Misses away. Ball 3, rather. That was a 3-2-2 pitch, and now the count's full. I mean, I'm even getting thrown off in stuff as simple as keeping the count, Karen.
I've got absolutely no idea.
But I
what's
guess that
going
is a
on
little bit
now.
more harder to do than keeping track of the batting lineup today. I don't know. Blankenship's payoff to Gurman. Check swing high, the appeal. I said that might have tipped him off his bat, and there's still no call from Blake Dempsey.
Oh, goodness.
And they're arguing that he's tipped it, and now Zach Pace is out of a dugout to have a word with Blake Dempsey. The argument is not that he went around. The argument is that it went off of the bat. The Seagulls bullpen is getting noisy. Mark Caviglia tells them to quiet down, and now the 3 umpires meet in front of the mound. That should be the final out of the inning if it went off Gurman's bat.
There was clearly 2 noises here. Everyone in the ballpark picked up. Hilariously, even Davis Gurman didn't start walking to first base. I don't know if you're going to get this one overturned. Oh, my goodness.
And everything continues to go the way of the Seagulls. Davis Gurman heads over.
And also, this is good. At least they got the count right. Gurman was right on that. It was 2-2. You had the count correct. That made it 3-2. And
redemption!
Added to the list of the Stompers' gripes today with the home plate umpire.
And yet it is the Seagulls dugout still more angry at the umpires. Really fair play to Zach Pace and the coaching staff for keeping
a better man than
quiet.
me to say.
Exactly. It's now 3-2 to Davis Gurman. I was right.
Oh,
maybe that's not much to brag about.
I'm pretty sure that ball was foul tipped. No?
Yeah, I think it was too. The 3-2. Inside, there's ball 4. Cries of ball don't lie from a loud Seagulls dugout. Brings up Derek Waldvogel, who popped out to third base last time today, hitting in place of Cade Heflin, who then, when he came up in the third, popped out to third base. Heflin's on deck for what would be his third at-bat of the day. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1.
Really tough look on the game officials today. This game has, paperwork-wise, I think been incorrect for that entire first time through.
Called strike 2. Upstairs. Good location from Ken Blankenship.
And to Dempsey's credit with the zone, which has sort of been the only thing not yet argued by Zach Pace, he's been giving it at the top of the zone and just not giving it at the bottom. If that's going to be the zone, that can be the zone.
Blankenship's ahead, 0-2. The pitch. Inside, ball 1. The righty Waldvogel against the righty Blankenship. So one of the Stompers go to a lot in long relief. The pitch, runner takes off, doesn't matter. Strike 3 swinging. The side is retired. The Seagulls can make all the noise they want. The Stompers are just going to play baseball. We head to the top of the 5th and a 1-run ball game.
The official headwear provider for the Sonoma Stompers is Melvin Roy. Melvin Roy hats, made to be lived in. From baseball nights in Sonoma to road trips anywhere. Everyday moments, Melvin Roy hats. This is legacy in motion. Melvin Roy. This season, AVA Tractor LLC is proud to support local baseball and the farming community that helps keep the wine country working. AVA Tractor provides vineyard-focused equipment for serious growers, including Deutz-Fahr tractors. From daily farming needs to the next generation of vineyard equipment, AVA Tractor is built for Napa and Sonoma growers who need ROI, local support, and equipment that can work in real vineyard conditions. Hit it out of the park with AVA Tractor LLC. Solutions made for your vineyard.
Cresco Rents. What you need, when you need it. And we show you how to use it. It's simple. You choose it, you use it. We have the right tool for every job. Never buy it, never store it. When you need it, just rent it.
I'm Chris Smith, president of Cresco. If you need it, Cresco's got it.
All over the Bay Area and online at CrescoRent.com.
Time to play a hopefully normal top of the fifth. Bryson Ayala, Trent Keys, and Mateo Heredia to the plate facing Benjamin Juice for his first full inning of work. Righty on righty, the sidearm delivery is low and inside, ball one. Juice came in with runners on second and third, nobody out. He then hit Nick Sebastiani with a pitch before getting a double play and another ground out to get out of the inning. He deals a called strike one on the inside to Ayala. One run came across the plate from Misael Europero on the double play. The 1-1 is upstairs to Ayala, ball two. Ayala flew out to center. Had his second multi-hit game of the summer. Last time out against the Seagulls, hoping to kickstart something here in the top of the fifth. He bounces that one foul 2-2. The Stompers hold a 2-1 lead here in the top of the fifth. And a game that has had everything feel like it's happened in it. The game that the Stompers are playing under protest as Ayala rips that one foul. 2-2. His on-base percentage over at 288, climbing up. Hoping to get back on track for the second half of the season. He hits that one high to left center. Gurman, Heflin, and Brewer all wanting for it. It's a near collision, but Gurman comes down with it in no man's land. From our angle, it looked like Heflin and Gurman, left and center fielder, were going to collide there. But Gurman makes the grab for the first out of the inning to bring up the top of the order, Trent Keys. Keys 1 for 2 today with a strikeout and a single. Mateo Heredia on deck. Swing and a miss, strike one. Keys needs to adjust to this awkward sidearm delivery. If he can reach to first, Keller Osmond stands there. Dave Hoke over at third. And again, Blake Dempsey going to give a ball there after Juice didn't look before delivering. Counts 1-1. And he's been warned about that a couple times, and now Mark Caviglia, who really shouldn't have anything to be upset about this ball game, is now talking things over with Blake Dempsey. Maybe the Seagulls can play this game under protest too. As Dempsey and Caviglia still chatting in front of the Seagulls dugout. Wondering why the Seagulls don't really have anything to protest about. Well, it's because they've had Cade Heflin hit twice before the 8 and 9 hitter could come up. Something that probably should have resulted in an out. Instead allowed Heflin to take 2 at-bats. 10 batters before the top of the order came up again. Stompers playing under protest. The lineup hoping to come through here and deliver a win under awkward circumstances. Keys in a 1-1 count. That one fouled. A ground ball rings off a tree in foul territory. Right in front of the bridge where you cross over to get from the parking lot to the stadium. The 1-2. Fouled. We'll do it again. Keys, for the longest time, was stuck at 3 RBIs this summer. And then got a home run against Santa Maria on Friday. Another RBI that game as well. So 5 on the year here for Keys. He has nobody on in a 1-2 count, 1 down. The pitch. Hit to right field. Woldvogel running over, and it bounces off the wall. Woldvogel took a bad route to it. Keys digging for second. He holds up there for a 1-out double. The second extra base hit of the day for Sonoma. Brings up Mateo Heredia, who has the Stompers' only RBI. He's 1 for 2 today with a single and a strikeout. As Hunter Carlson steps up into the on-deck circle. Righty on righty against Heredia. The pitch. Called, strike 1. Cool summer evening. Not quite as windy as when we were here the last time, but still in the 50s and San Bruno. Juice comes home and misses upstairs. Ball 1. Heredia, for as well he's been hitting the ball recently, still looking to grow his on-base percentage. He only has 2 walks on the season to 15 strikeouts. He's in a 1-1 count with Keys at second. 1 down in the inning. The pitch. Hit to left. Heflin and Gurman run for it. Shallow territory, and it's grabbed by the Brewer. They've caught Keys in a pickle, and he is picked off over at second for the final out of the inning. Juice faced the minimum as we head to the bottom of the 5th. 2-1 ball game, Sonoma leads.
Rawhides on deck. Rawhides on deck. Oh my God. Rawhides on deck. On Deck can be purchased right here at the ballpark and at Sonoma Springs Brewery, located at 19449 Riverside Drive in Sonoma. Hey, Stomper fans! Sonoma Springs Brewing Company has created a new special beer just for us. It's called On Deck. It's a light, crisp lager brewed for a smooth, refreshing finish. The perfect beer to enjoy here at Arnold Field or anytime you're thirsty. Sonoma Springs and the Sonoma Stompers, where your next beer is always on deck. Can I have another beer, please? Can I have another beer, please? The first rule to carrying on is to not get carried away. The Sonoma Springs Brewing Company reminds you to always drink responsibly.
The man who is the source of all the drama here at San Bruno leads off the bottom of the 5th. Cade Heflin is about to take his 3rd at-bat of the game. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. The man on deck, Alan Ramirez, has only hit once. Ken Blankenship enters inning number 2 of work after a solid 5th. That one lined to center and grabbed by Johnston for the first out of the inning. Heflin 0 for 3 today. The baseball gods given their due here at San Bruno. Brings up Alan Ramirez. Walking up to former UFC champion Ilya Topor's walk-up song. He digs in from the right-hand side facing the righty Blankenship. The 6'3" pitcher comes home and misses ball 1. Ramirez had a single back in the 3rd and scored. He gets 1-0 and fouls it away. Ball. Does it count to 1-1? Ramirez, the San Jose State Spartan from Santa Clara, California. Played some JUCO ball, Mission College, before hitting just above 200 with the Spartans. He gets a 1-1 from Blankenship and ducks out of the way, ball 2. For all the absurdity that has happened today, Sonoma pitching has been solid. The 2-1, fouled back, 2-2. Mazinter didn't walk anyone and struck out 2. Only allowed a run. And then Blankenship in his first inning walked a batter, but then struck out the next man he faced to get him out of things with no damage done. He's in a 2-2 count against the righty Ramirez. The pitch. Ripped over to short. A weird hop for Ayala, but he gloves it. Fires over to first in time for the 2nd out of the inning. A nice adjustment there from the 6'5" shortstop Bryson Ayala. Brings up Emilio Feliciano. Struck out the first time up today. With the top of the order, Jake Brewer on deck. Righty in a 2-1 ball game. The pitch bounced over to Vassell. He grabs it and fires over to first in time. The side is retired. Ken Blankenship faces the minimum here in the bottom of the 5th. We head to the top of the 6th in a 2-1 ball game.
Nestled in the heart of Sonoma, Verano Cafe stands as the answer to locals yearning for wholesome food. Opened by Veronica Perez and Carlos Rubio, this cozy diner is nestled conveniently at the crossroads of Highway 12 and Verano Avenue. At Verano Cafe, breakfast, lunch, and dinner are experiences crafted with love and local ingredients. Each dish is a symphony of taste. But Verano Cafe isn't just about breakfast. Their lunch menu features favorites like fish and chips and classic French dishes catering to all tastes. Dinner includes house-made pasta dishes and elegant entrees. What really sets Verano Cafe apart is its commitment to quality and community. With locally sourced ingredients and a dedicated team that feels like family, Verano Cafe offers a warm and welcoming atmosphere. Whether you're a Sonoma local or a visitor, Verano Cafe promises to elevate your dining experience. Join us today and become a part of the Verano Cafe family. Verano Cafe, located at the crossroads of Highway 12 and Verano Avenue in Sonoma.
Two-one ball game here at the top of the 6th inning. Nate Martin welcoming you back to a cloudy and cool San Bruno. The field lights are on. Hunter Carlson, the lefty, steps into the batter's box for the 3rd time today. He faces Benjamin Juiced for the first time this evening. The sidearm delivery misses outside, ball one. Carlson struck out looking in the first, and then was going to reach on an error back in the third, but then a fielder's choice got out one of the Stompers runners who was in a rundown. He hits that one to center and over the head of Jake Brewer. Gurman scoops it off the ground. It's another leadoff hit this game for Sonoma. Third of the day, to be precise. The two other times the Stompers had a leadoff knock, they scored a run in the inning. Brings up Angel Garcia, who's 1 for 2 today. He had a leadoff single back in the fourth and scored Sonoma's second run. First pitch, the sidearm. This is low to the righty. 2-1 ball game here in the top of the sixth. Sonoma has gotten some runners on in the last few innings. Runners in scoring position to be precise, but they only have 2 runs to show for it. This is a chance to break things open. The 1-0 misses upstairs, ball 2. Garcia second on the team in average behind Hunter Carlson, the man at first. Man on deck, Nick Sebastiani. Rather, Tino Vassell was near the top of that list as well. The 2-0. Garcia takes low for a called strike. Dempsey maybe extending the bottom of the zone. We saw him give a little bit more friendly at the top of the zone. As the game's going on, maybe expanding at the bottom as well. A 2-1 to Garcia. Popped foul out of play. Aimed right towards a fire truck driving down the road that runs parallel to right field. Counts 2-2. And maybe the fire truck's here to put out what has been a dumpster fire of a game. Chaos, confusion as the 2-2 comes in. Hit to shallow right. Woldvogel runs in and makes the grab for the first out of the inning. Brings up Tino Vassell with a runner on first. 1 out here in the top of the sixth. Sonoma leads 2-1.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 21, Tino Vassell.
San Francisco had 10 at-bats before the top of the order came around again. They trail by a run. The pitch to Vassell up and in nearly hits him, ball 1. Vassell, the last Stomper to face Juiced today. The man on deck, Nick Sebastiani, was the first to face him. The reliever has looked solid as he deals a 1-0 inside, ball 2. The sidearm righty is behind against the lefty Vassell. Tino, 20 RBIs on the year. He takes Sloan away, ball 3. And is in position to draw his second walk of the ball game. And the one other time he's been up was a double back in the fourth. The 3-0. Blown away, ball 4. A 4-pitch walk for Tino Vassell puts runners on first and second, 1 out. With Nick Sebastiani coming to the plate.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 6, Nick Sebastiani.
As Mark Caviglia now out of a dugout. Having a quick word with Benjamin Juiced and collects the ball from him. We'll get a new arm into the game here for San Francisco and a 1-run ball game. Runners on first and second, 1 out here in the top of the sixth. Stick with us.
Local expertise worldwide. Sotheby's International Realty is well known for their exceptional real estate agents that distinguish themselves in communities all over the world. To learn more about real estate in Napa, Sonoma, San Francisco, and the rest of the Bay Area, or around the globe, contact Sotheby's International Realty Wine Country Brokerage at 707-935-2288. That's 707-935-2288. Sotheby's International Realty. The Sonoma Stompers are excited to have Jacob's Restaurant providing all of our concessions this season. At the ballpark, you'll find gyros, Chicago dogs, pizza, and salads. But in their restaurant, you'll find an outstanding menu featuring the best Mediterranean-style offerings in town. Seafood linguine, chicken piccata, ravioli, risotto, pizza, and so much more. Don't forget to try their desserts. Jacob's Restaurant is located on 1266 Broadway, right next to Traintown. Jacob's Restaurant and the Sonoma Stompers, proud partners. Rawhides on deck. Rawhides on deck. Oh my God. Rawhides on deck. On Deck can be purchased right here at the ballpark and at Sonoma Springs Brewery, located at 19449 Riverside Drive in Sonoma.
San Francisco turns to a two-way guy. George Schmidt went 0 for 3 last night and played in right. He enters the game against the righty Sebastiani, the lefty from Pleasanton, committed to Berkeley out of high school. The first pitch. Sebastiani hits that one high to right center. Waldvogel is under it and makes the grab. Carlson holds up at second, an unproductive out for Nick Sebastiani. First pitch swinging. Brings up Misael Urapero with 2 on, 2 down. Schmidt, this is his 3rd appearance of the year on the mound. He started a game, has pitched 5 1/3, has only allowed 2 runs, 1 of them earned. 5 hits, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. Someone who attacks the zone and does so there on a first pitch low and away. 0-1.
Great frame, catch, great frame.
Carlson takes his lead at second. Vassell over at first. 0-1, 2 down. Lefty, lefty. Urapero gets the pitch and fouls it back. Quickly behind here, 0-2. And both appearances for Schmidt have come against good competition. One gave up 2 runs in 2 2/3 in his first appearance of the summer against Walnut Creek, and then went 2 2/3 scoreless against Slow in a 2-0 loss. The 0-2 to Urapero. Hits to right and over the head of Feliciano. Carlson is waved home. The throw to a cutoff man does not come home. And Hunter Carlson scores the 3rd run of the game. Misael Urapero gets his 2nd hit of the game and his first RBI. It's 3-1 on a 2-out single to bring up Connor Johnson with runners on first and second. Immediate production over the new arm for Sonoma. Johnson today 0 for 2 with a strikeout looking. Facing the lefty here, Schmidt, for the first time all summer. Schmidt looks back at Vassell at second and comes home. Swing and a miss on a pitch low and away from Johnston. Vassell and Schmidt probably cross paths. Vassell from Pleasant Hills, Schmidt from Pleasanton. The 0-1. Gold up and in, strike 2. Runners on first and second in a 2-run game. Sonoma with a chance to blow things open. The 0-2. Johnston takes it for a called ball. Schmidt went to Foothill High School on Pleasanton. Same school where Brandon Crawford, former Giant shortstop, attended. The 1-2. Runners both take off. Pitch blown away, called for a ball. No throw comes after Hurtado tried to frame it. And now Blake Dempsey talks back a little bit to a loud and vocal Seagulls dugout that's trying to argue his balls and strikes. 2 in scoring position now. Vassell over at third, Europero at second. The 2-2 to Johnston. Swinging strike 3 off the knees of Hurtado. The play over at home. The tag applied. Vassell punched out over at home. On a swinging strike 3, a side is retired. But not before a run comes across the plate for Sonoma. They lead 3-1. We head into the bottom of the 6th on the Sonoma Stompers Broadcast Network.
Can't make it to the game? No problem. Watch all Stompers home games streamed live on the Sonoma Stompers YouTube channel. You can catch all the action with Kieran Costa and Nate Martin starting 20 minutes before first pitch with the Stompers pregame show. Join us on the road for radio feeds of all Stompers road games, live on the Stompers Radio Network.
2-1 pitch to Keys. That one's bounced towards second. There'll be a play at the plate. They'll throw home from left field. Kicks away. Take about Trent Keys, the walk-off hero. 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Braden Gens pitches. Beal strikes out swinging. Stomps win. The pitch to Sebastiani is hit a mile to deep left field. Coupland back at the track. See you later.
Top of the order up to start the top of the 6th. Ken Blankenship enters inning number 3 of work. He's only allowed 1 base runner. Relied on his defense a lot, forced some weak contact back in the 5th. He now faces Brewer, Lamoff, and Wall. Righty on righty. Brewer awaits Blankenship's first pitch. It comes. He showed bump, pulls it back, and takes a called strike. Brewer started out as a Seagulls Academy kid. That took him to Kenyatta College, and now at CSU Monterey Bay. He's behind 0-1 to Blankenship. Takes upstairs, ball 1. Brewer's 1 for 2 today with a single. Now, 4 for 13 against Sonoma, tied for the most amount of hits against the Stomps. The 1-1, swing and a miss. Way out ahead on that pitch from Blankenship, counts 1-2. And now Blank Dempsey warns Sonoma's dugout, who's been a lot more quiet than San Francisco's. Both dugouts have received warnings this game. The 1-2. Inside ball 2, and it really just feels like at this point Dempsey's kind of just lost control of things. Trying to rein it back in control. Hop back on the saddle. It's 2-2 to Brewer. Upstairs, ball 3. Brewers walked back into this count. Has 9 walks this year to 19 strikeouts. He's in a 3-2 count. Blankenship comes home. and misses upstairs. Ball 4. A leadoff walk to bring up Christian Lamoff as Angel Garcia walks Ken Blankenship back to the mound. Garcia's probably telling his pitcher to trust his stuff as an arm tosses in the Sonoma dugout. Mike Nunez now comes out to talk things over. Sam Matherly getting loose. The Bellman righty who would be making his second appearance of the summer. Flamethrower. Ken Blankenship's been solid so far. Brewer's only the second batter he's allowed to reach. Has retired the 6 others he's faced. And imagine Nunez is just telling him to trust his stuff. Couple of pitches upstairs that missed way out of his zone. Just got to attack. He's done a good job of inducing weak contact, although Lamoff might not be the guy to do that against. Had a loud line out to end the 3rd inning. Hitting .272 with 6 doubles and 2 home runs. One of a few all-stars in the order for San Francisco. The lefty from St. Bonaventure steps in and is ready to go against Blankenship, the righty. The righty comes home and misses outside, ball 1. That's a tough miss to have after a mound visit. Blankenship offers an 0-1, rather the 1-0 that misses upstairs. Ball 2, that one a less competitive miss. Encouragement from his dugout. Blankenship, deep breath, checks back on the runner at first, not in time. Jake Brewer stands over there with a decent lead. And have a stolen pitch, but has some good speed. Advanced on a bunt single as that one misses low, ball 3. 5 misses in a row here from Ken Blankenship. Three balls, no strikes. Runner on first is Brewer. The pitch, called, ball 4. Blankenship issues a 4-pitch walk, his 3rd of the game, to bring up Tanner Wald. And Zach Pace is out of a dugout. That'll be Blankenship's day. And Matherly makes his first appearance on the road with runners on first and second after this break on the Stompers Broadcast Network.
The Sonoma Stompers are excited to welcome La Michoacana Ice Cream and Treats to the family. La Michoacana Ice Cream is rooted in the world-famous ice cream traditions of Mexico. La Michoacana uses only fresh, natural ingredients, using recipes that have been handed down for generations. Every paleta is made by hand. Every scoop is crafted with love. Every bite, muy delicioso. La Michoacana Ice Cream and Treats, located at 18495 Highway 12 in Sonoma, 1219 Grant Avenue in Novato, and of course, right here at the ballpark. Hey, baseball fans, when visiting Sonoma, make sure to dine at Wit and Wisdom, a modern American tavern by world-renowned chef Michael Mina. Wit and Wisdom is famous for hearth cooking, their extensive wine list, and an upscale yet relaxed atmosphere. Wit and Wisdom is located at the Lodge at Sonoma. Make a wise choice. Dine at Wit and Wisdom in the heart of Sonoma.
Sam Matherly, the 6'2" righty from Danville, Kentucky, makes his second appearance of the summer, facing Tanner Wall after Ken Blankenship gave off back-to-back walks to start the 6th. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Righty on lefty, Matherly deals. A first pitch fouled away, strike one. Matherly made his debut on Friday. He pitched an inning, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned, and struck out 2. Zach Pace chalked that up to first appearance of nerves. I want a more consequential moment here. He comes home with the 0-1 and misses low and in. Ball 1. Says that Mazinter has good stuff, and if he can fill up his own, could work himself into a starting role with Sonoma. He fires a 1-1 that's fouled back to the screen, 1-2. And to be fair, Matherly did make starts over at Bellarmine. He didn't pitch in 2026 due to injury, but in 2024 and 2025, it made 12 combined starts. Big expectations for the man wearing 23. He's got runners on first and second, nobody out. The 1-2 against the lefty. Misses upstairs, ball 2. Fastball with looked just so firm out of the hand. The command wasn't really the issue in that first appearance. A couple misses early here. Misses upstairs again, ball 3. Matherly is a miss away from loading the bases. In a 3-1 game, Sonoma currently leads in the bottom of the 6th. Brewer's at second, Lamoff's at first. The payoff pitch, runners take off, misses upstairs, ball 4. The bases are loaded. Brings up A.J. Hurtado. The bases are loaded. Nobody out, and a 2-run game Sonoma leads. A game the Stompers are playing under protest after a controversial inning where the Seagulls hit out of order. Hurtado 0 for 2 today. Matherly comes home. First pitch, hits him. 1-run game. A hit by pitch from Sam Matherly advances everyone. Brewer scores, Lamoff to second, Wall to Lamoff to third, Wall to second, Hurtado to first. Brings up Davis Gurman, 1 for 2 today with a single and a strikeout. As Garcia talks things over with the new arm, Matherly struggling here to find the zone. He gave up a leadoff walk and then hit Hurtado. Walked 23 and 28 innings his freshman year, walked 23 and 13 innings his sophomore year. So command having a bit of a becoming an issue that second year with Bellarmine. He has the bases loaded in a 1-run game, nobody out. The first pitch. Cold strike at the knees. A beautiful fastball from Sam Matherly. Takes a deep breath on the mound. The 6'2" righty comes home, misses away for a ball. Counts back at even 1-1 to Gurman, the Canadian who committed to Utah a couple weeks back. After a few successful years at Morehead State, he makes the jump to the Big 12. The 1-1 goes all the way to the backstop, but the runners hold. Brings the count to 2-1. And luckily for Matherly, if this is played at any other ballpark in the CCL North, the runners probably advance there, but it's a tight backstop, counts 2-1, base is still loaded, nobody out. A one-run game here in the bottom of the sixth. The pitch misses upstairs on a fastball. 3-1 count here to Avis Gurman. That one ripped to left right into the glove of Sebastiani. The runners all hold. An unproductive first out of the inning. Brings up Derek Waldvogel.
Number 42, Derek Waldvogel.
Waldvogel popped out the third and struck out. He's got the bases loaded with one out and a one-run game. Matherly misses lone away, ball one. A double play would get the Kentucky native out of the inning. He's behind 1-0 to Waldvogel, the local kid, who pops that one up, foul and out of play. Lands close to the Seagulls bullpen, housed behind their dugout down the first base side. The blue sky that we saw at the start of this game on the right field side has been replaced by a foggy mist. Lights on. 1-1 count to Waldvogel with the bases loaded. Matherly deals. A pitch hit over to Ayala at short. He gloves, fires over to first for the easy second out, but a run scores. We're tied up here in the bottom of the sixth at 3.
Now batting the left fielder, number 20, Kane Halfway.
Crucially, the second out of the inning. And now the infield can play back at a normal depth. The only man that matters to Matherly is Heflin at the plate, who's 0 for 3 today. The first pitch, up and in, ball one. Both runners advanced into scoring position, so Wall's at third, Hurtado's at second. Matherly's 1-0, swing and a miss, Heflin. Matherly just blew one by him. Heflin was swinging for the fences. Matherly steps off the mound to gather himself. Back on, the righty facing the lefty for the first time tonight. The pitch. Lined foul into the Stompers bullpen. Was about 7 or 8 feet away from hitting Andrew Bonfile, who's about to toss. Was about to catch a bullpen for Alec Murray, who could be coming into the game after Matherly. The 1-2. Popped high. Garcia right under it at a home plate, and he makes the grab for the third out of the inning. The side is retired. San Francisco tied the game in the bottom of the sixth off of no hits, no errors, 2 left. We head to the top of the seventh, knotted up at 3.
Nestled in the heart of Sonoma, Verano Cafe stands as the answer to locals yearning for wholesome food. Opened by Veronica Perez and Carlos Rubio, this cozy diner is nestled conveniently at the crossroads of Highway 12 and Verano Avenue. At Verano Cafe, breakfast, lunch, and dinner are experiences crafted with love and local ingredients. Each dish is a symphony of taste. But Verano Cafe isn't just about breakfast. Their lunch menu features favorites like fish and chips and classic French dishes catering to all tastes. Dinner includes house-made pasta dishes and elegant entrees. What really sets Verano Cafe apart is its commitment to quality and community. With locally sourced ingredients and a dedicated team that feels like family, Verano Cafe offers a warm and welcoming atmosphere. Whether you're a Sonoma local or a visitor, Verano Cafe promises to elevate your dining experience. Join us today and become a part of the Verano Cafe family. Verano Cafe, located at the crossroads of Highway 12 and Verano Avenue in Sonoma.
For the first time since the top of the fourth, we are tied. Seagulls knotted up in the bottom of the sixth against Sonoma. And 3, Bryson Ayala, Keys, and Heredia looking for an answer against George Schmidt. The lefty fires a cold strike to the righty Ayala, who's 0 for 2 today with 2 flyouts to center. Trent Keys, who's 2 for 3, is on deck. The 0-1. Big swing and a miss from Ayala on a pitch low. 0-2. Schmidt, the recent high school grad from Pleasanton, agrees on the sign and gets a swing and miss from Ayala for the first out of the inning. Back-to-back strikeouts for Schmidt. He ended the 6th with a K. He starts the 7th with 1 as well to bring up the top of the order, Trent Keys. Trent with a multi-hit game, including his 5th double of the summer. Eventually got picked off over at second, trying to steal third. He takes the first pitch low for a ball. Schmidt, and for a good test here against Keys, who leads Sonoma an on-base percentage at .487. The pitch, check swing, called strike anyways, 1-1. A.J. Hurtado done a good job framing some of these pitches behind the plate for San Francisco. As the 1-1 comes in, Keys hits that one to right. Woldvogel running back at the track, and he hauls it in for the second out of the inning. It's a short right field out there in San Bruno, but Keys just didn't have enough distance on that one to clear it. It's 2 down here in the visitors' half of the 7th. Brings up Mateo Heredia in a tie ball game. So righty faces the lefty Schmidt for the first time tonight. The pitch, called ball. Missed that one a little too outside. Heredia's 1 for 3 today with a single and a strikeout. That single scored the first run of the day for Sonoma. The 1-0. Called strike. Schmidt has looked solid since entering the game, as that one popped foul. Brings the count to 1-2. Heredia steps back out of the batter's box and back in to face Schmidt. 1-2, 2 down. The pitch misses low, ball 2. There's been some really solid athletes to come out of Foothill. Not just Brandon Crawford, but Sean Mannion. As that one misses all the way to the backstop, ball free. And you have Gabrielle Union, Dwayne Wade's wife, who also attended high school out in Pleasanton. Score tied up at 3. 3-2 count to Mateo Heredia with 2 out, nobody on. Sonoma playing this game under protest after a second inning where San Francisco hit out of order. The 3-2. Taken upstairs, ball 4. Mateo Heredia takes first to bring up Hunter Carlson. 1 for 3 today, led off the 6th with a single and scored a run. He comes to the plate at a ballpark where he's hit 2 home runs at. That was the last time Sonoma was here, a thrilling 14-12 win. They are tied up at 3 with 2 outs, a runner on first in the top of the 7th. Lefty on lefty. Schmidt deals to Carlson. First pitch fouled right over to the Seagulls dugout, 0-1. Carlson now has 3 home runs on the year against the Seagulls. That represents 75% of his long balls this summer in league play. The 0-1 taken low, ball 1. Carlson shakes that one off. Steps out of the batter's box, sporting some kind of Statue of Liberty bluish green gloves. He rips that one to right, drifting foul and out of play. Carlson was just out ahead on that one, which, if it stayed fair, would have given Sonoma a 2-run lead. Cries of hit it oppo from Carlson's dugout. I think he'd be happy to go to right field again, this time a little bit more later, and try and keep it fair. The 1-2 taken away, ball 2. Schmidt not looking to miss against Carlson after seeing the power that he can produce. Schmidt was the one in right field to watch Carlson's home run leave yesterday at Arnold Field, a no-doubter with a brilliant bat flip from Carlson. The 2-2 comes home. Taken low, ball 3. A little Tiger Woods fist bump from Carlson. A brilliant take from Sonoma's first baseman. Heredia at first. Tie ball game, 2 out. 3-2 count. Schmidt trying to get out of the inning. The pitch. Low, ball 4. Hunter Carlson draws the second walk in a row off of George Schmidt. It's runners on first and second in a tie ball game to bring up Angel Garcia. A.J. Hurtado takes the slow walk from behind home plate to have a word with his pitcher, gives him a fist bump before starting the mound meeting. Sonoma trying to produce with 2 outs here in a tie ball game. Schmitz looks solid since entering. Allowed an RBI single to Misael Irapero that was earned against Benjamin Just. And since then has struck out 2, forced a fly out from Trent Keys, but then has walked 2 in a row and faces Angel Garcia, who's 1 for 3 today. Struck out looking back in the second, singled to lead off the 4th, and then flew out to right back in the 6th. Tino Vassell, who's reached all 3 times today, is on deck.
Now batting, the catcher, number 36.
Heredia takes his lead at second. Carlson at first. Tie ball game with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Sonoma hoping to produce some magic once again in San Bruno. Schmidt the lefty against Garcia the righty. The pitch taken in the dirt, ball one. A good block by Hurtado to keep that one from going to the backstop. Schmidt stares back at second before coming home. That one hit to right. Woldvogel running back right at the track, and he hauls it in for the third out of the inning. Sonoma had runners on first and second after back-to-back walks, but couldn't score, and we're still tied as we stretch here in San Bruno, tied up at 3.
The official headwear provider for the Sonoma Stompers is Melvin Roy. Melvin Roy hats, made to be lived in. From baseball nights in Sonoma to road trips anywhere. Everyday moments, Melvin Roy hats. This is legacy in motion. Melvin Roy. This season, AVA Tractor LLC is proud to support local baseball and the farming community that helps keep the wine country working. AVA Tractor provides vineyard-focused equipment for serious growers, including Deutz Fahr tractors. From daily farming needs to the next generation of vineyard equipment, AVA Tractor is built for Napa and Sonoma growers who need ROI, local support, and equipment that can work in real vineyard conditions. Hit it out of the park with AVA Tractor LLC. Solutions made for your vineyard. Hey, Stomper fans! Sonoma Springs Brewing Company has created a new special beer just for us. It's called On Deck. It's a light, crisp lager brewed for a smooth, refreshing finish. The perfect beer to enjoy here at Arnold Field or anytime you're thirsty. Sonoma Springs and the Sonoma Stompers, where your next beer is always on deck. Rawhides on deck. Rawhides on deck. Oh my God. Rawhides on deck. On Deck can be purchased right here at the ballpark and at Sonoma Springs Brewery, located at 19449 Riverside Drive in Sonoma.
Alan Ramirez, Emilio Feliciano, and Jake Brewer face the new arm for Sonoma. Alec Murray relieves Sam Matherly, the 6'6", 235-pound righty from Fair Oaks, California, as entering his sophomore season over at Fordham in the Bronx. He starts things off against Ramirez. First pitch, up and in, called ball on the fastball from Murray. Sam Matherly came in for Ken Blankenship, pitched an inning, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, 1 hit by pitch, no strikeouts. As that one misses ball 2 in a row that couldn't find the zone from Murray, and now Garcia wants a quick word with his pitcher, delivers the ball himself. We're having a quick conversation. Last time we saw Alec Murray, he faced 6 batters, struck out 4, walked 2. Those were against the Novato Knicks in a 6-5 loss on the 4th of July. This is his first CCL appearance since a disastrous 1/3 of an inning against Menlo Park where he gave up 5 runs. That one hit the left center. Sebastiani and Johnson come onto it. It's a diving grab from Nick Sebastiani in shallow left. What a play by Nick Seb. Laid out and made the grab on a ball that was destined to be a leadoff single. 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th. Brings up Emilio Feliciano, who's 0 for 2 today. Jake Brewer at the top of the order on deck. and a tie ball game. First pitch, called strike. I mean, that was the confidence Alec Murray needed after seeing his defender make a really nice play. Sporting his white goggles, deals an 0-1. That is called a ball. Feliciano held up on a check swing. Counts 1-1. With a front leg twitch and fires home. In and out of a glove of Garcia, high ball 2. He's someone with just such good velocity, usually in the low 90s up at Arnold. Issue wasn't really the command over at Fordham, only allowed 9 walks and 18 1/3. He issues a 2-1. That's called strike 2 on the inside part of the play. That's a beautiful slider from Alec Murray. Deep breath from the tall righty against the righty Feliciano. The pitch. Low, ball 1. Feliciano, longtime CCL player. Was with the Legends last year. Did a lot better with Menlo Park than he is this season, only hitting 145 of San Francisco. And a 3-2 count. The pitch. Low, ball 4. Worked his way back into that one for a 1-out walk. His 9th of the year to bring up the top of the order. Jake Brewer was the first of 4 Seagulls to reach in the 6th. He was also the first of 2 runs that come across the plate. And a tie ball game here with a runner on first, 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Righty on righty. Murray stares down and fires. A fastball high, ball 1. Angel Garcia had to grab that one standing straight pretty much. A lot of those misses for Alec Murray have forced Garcia to do so upstairs. The 1-0. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Murray back into the count with what he likes best, his fastball. Long stare to the man at the plate, Brewer, who's 1 for 2 today with a single and a walk. The 1-1. Runner takes off. That one bounced right off the glove of Murray, fielded by Europero. Throw over to first. In time for the 2nd out of the inning. But Feliciano advances the 2nd. Brings up Christian Lamoff. Has a runner in scoring position in a tie ball game here in the bottom of the 7th. 2 down. Murray hoping to put up a 0 for Sonoma. Looks back at second and fires home. First pitch hit over to Carlson at first. He gloves it and takes it to the bag himself for the final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. We head to the top of the 8th. Still knotted up at 3. Sonoma hopes to reclaim the lead.
Nestled in the heart of Sonoma, Verano Cafe stands as the answer to locals yearning for wholesome food. Opened by Veronica Perez and Carlos Rubio, this cozy diner is nestled conveniently at the crossroads of Highway 12 and Verano Avenue. At Verano Cafe, breakfast, lunch, and dinner are experiences crafted with love and local ingredients. Each dish is a symphony of taste. But Verano Cafe isn't just about breakfast. Their lunch menu features favorites like fish and chips and classic French dishes catering to all tastes. Dinner includes house-made pasta dishes and elegant entrees. What really sets Verano Cafe apart is its commitment to quality and community. With locally sourced ingredients and a dedicated team that feels like family, Verano Cafe offers a warm and welcoming atmosphere. Whether you're a Sonoma local or a visitor, Bruno Cafe promises to elevate your dining experience. Join us today and become a part of the Verano Cafe family. Verano Cafe, located at the crossroads of Highway 12 and Verano Avenue in Sonoma.
We play on to the 8th inning. Another thrilling conclusion between San Francisco and Sonoma on deck. Tino Vassell bounces it foul down the first base line. Vassell, Sebastiani, and Europero, the Stompers trying to pull off another late inning comeback and climb above the 500 mark here in the summer of 2026. Vassell's been on base all 3 times. He takes low 1-1. A ridiculous back and forth affair. Sonoma led 3-1 going into the bottom of the 6th, where San Francisco tied the game. A game that's being played under protest by the Stompers. The pitch to Vassell is a called strike, 1-2. And I wonder if the Stompers lose this game, the appeal will go to the league about whether the game should be replayed if there was an umpiring mistake that was not caught and then had an effective outcome on the game. And sort of no matter the outcome here, them batting out of order and Blake Dempsey denying the appeal, which is sort of the biggest issue here, that is where the game was affected. 3-3 ball game, 8th inning. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the all-star third baseman. Vassell takes low, 3-2. Tino will get a 3-2 pitch. He's walked twice already today. And he bounces it foul. Those were walks 19 and 20 on the season. The Stompers trying to get a man aboard, and that man would represent the go-ahead run. Yet another payoff pitch. Schmidt to Vassell. Tino hits it hard and through the left side, base hit. Stay hot, Mr. Vassell. His second knock of the ball game. Sonoma has the go-ahead man aboard to lead off the 8th inning for Nick Sebastiani. Graham Potter was up and loosening in the bullpen. No one up now. There's maybe some stirring as Caviglia, the manager, is going to shout it into his pen. Schmidt, a lefty, stares down Vassell, comes home. Sebastiani squares the bunt and puts down a beauty up the third baseline. Ramirez will not make a throw. Heading towards third, Vassell. Nobody there except the catcher. Diving in is Tino Vassell. Small ball comes up big. Tino Vassell with some heads-up base running. Runners at first and third with nobody out. Sebastiani squared to bunt and dropped a beauty up the third base line. Tino Vassell from first base did not stop as he rounded second and headed to third. Mental mistake on Jake Brewer. Nobody was covering third base. And Sonoma, who have had 3 base running miscues today, make a heads-up play on the pass in a big spot. In comes the San Francisco infield with nobody out. Slide step pitch. A big swing and a miss by Misael. Europero singled in the 3rd. RBI single again in the 6th. And then he grounded into a double play with the bases loaded. That did score a run. Big at-bat in this ball game. Another sidestep delivery. That one misses upstairs, 1-1. Europero, who saw his average sink below the Mendoza line to 192 entering play today, has pushed that average back up over 200 with a 2-for-3 evening thus far. All he needs here is a fly ball. He takes low and outside, 2-1. Connor Johnston and then Bryson Ayala, the bottom of the Sonoma order. 3-3 ball game, top of the 8th. George Schmidt to Misael Europero. Another sidestep, another pitch. This one's hammered to right. It's down for his 3rd hit of the game. Sebastiani plays station to station. It's a base hit and a go-ahead RBI for Europero. 3 straight knocks for the Stompers, and Sonoma jumps back out in front 4-3. Second stake of the ball game, second stake in as many plate appearances. Jogging out to the mound is Mark Caviglia, hustling, and we'll see if he takes the baseball from George Schmidt. 3 straight singles to start the inning. Caviglia, I think this is a consultation. You rarely see someone run out of the dugout like that. It's clearly something he picked up maybe defensively. He's going to leave his reliever in the ballgame, and Caviglia's going to walk back to second with Feliciano. Or Caviglia getting his steps in with that jog out to the hill. I think that has to be, he noticed something on the defensive end. Maybe there's a defensive play on for a bunt. That's what I think is going on. Lamoth way in on the grass at first. Johnson already squared, pulls it back and takes a ball. The automatic bunt sign on for the Stompers. 1st and 2nd with nobody out. Johnson, last time he tried to get a bunt down, he was unsuccessful. That was Thursday against Santa Maria. Now let's see what he can do. He squares early. He pops it up. The Seagulls collide and nobody makes the play. The throw goes to 3rd and it's down the left field line. Sebastiani's going to come around. He's going to score. The Seagulls defense implodes in the 8th. Sonoma leads it 5-3. 2 errors charged against San Francisco on just 1 play. It'll be a fielding error on the drop pop-up by the first baseman, Lamoth, and then a throwing error as well. That's why you put the ball in play, because good things are going to happen. An E3 allows Johnson to get the first, and an E3 allows Sebastiani to score. Ayala bunting too. He pulls it back. The pitch is high. On a day where it feels like nothing has gone the Stompers' way, the Seagulls give him a gift here in the 8th. Ayala squares to bunt, pulls it back, and it hit off the bat and back to the screen. 1-1. Ayala has to get the bunt down here. It's paramount with 2 on. Europero's at second. Johnson's at first. Sonoma now leads at 5-3. Ayala pulls back the bunt and takes high 2-1. The top of the order, and Trent Keys already has 2 hits today on deck. Bryson, a tall right-handed hitter, squares once more, pulls it back and takes inside. The count is now 3-1. And all of a sudden, Blake Dempsey's going to shout down to the Seagull dugout. He's already given him a warning. I think he's going to be lenient and give him a second warning on arguing balls and strikes. 3-1 to Ayala. He tries to bunt again. He takes Ball 4. The bases are loaded with nobody out. And Mark Caviglia is going to, I think, come to the mound, and he will make his second mound visit of the inning, so he has to make a change. The Stompers have scored 2. They have the bases loaded, nobody out in the inning. Sonoma needs a whole lot more in this 8th. They're leading 5-3.
The Sonoma Stompers are excited to welcome La Michoacana ice cream and treats to the family. La Michoacana ice cream is rooted in the world-famous ice cream traditions of Mexico. La Michoacana uses only fresh, natural ingredients, using recipes that have been handed down for generations. Every paleta is made by hand. Every scoop is crafted with love. Every bite, muy delicioso. La Michoacana Ice Cream and Treats, located at 18495 Highway 12 in Sonoma, 1219 Grant Avenue in Novato, and of course, right here at the ballpark. Hey, baseball fans, when visiting Sonoma, make sure to dine at Wit and Wisdom, a modern American tavern by world-renowned chef Michael Mina. Wit and Wisdom is famous for hearth cooking, their extensive wine list, and an upscale yet relaxed atmosphere. Wit and Wisdom is located at the Lodge at Sonoma. Make a wise choice. Dine at Wit and Wisdom in the heart of Sonoma.
Finn Whalen comes out of the bullpen with the bases loaded and nobody out. Finn started the year as a starting pitcher. Now he's working out of a bullpen, and he's been put in a real tough situation. Keys checks his swing. It's a called strike anyway. George Smith leaves the ball game, and Whalen replaces him with the bases full. Sonoma has scored 2 in the inning and have the bases loaded with nobody out in the top of the order, starting with Trent Keys. The 0-1 to Trent, outside and low, 1-0. Whalen making his 7th appearance, just his 2nd out of the bullpen in 20 innings pitched. He has allowed 23 earned runs. You ought to go if you're Sonoma. The pitch to Keys, taken for a called strike, a breaking ball. 13 walks to 19 strikeouts. He's also allowed 29 hits in 20 and a third innings. Keys just needs to put the ball in play and try and get at least a run home. The 1-2 to him. Way high. Nice job by Hurtado. The count's 2-2. In the inning, Vassell singled. Sebastiani put down a bunt to the third baseman, which allowed him to get to first. There was no throw, and Vassell went to third. Rapero dropped down a single of his own. Keys here hits it high in the air to left. It should do it. Heflin can't find it. He still can't find it, and he sticks his glove out to make the catch. There's going to be an appeal and safe, says Blake Dempsey. There was an appeal for and Blake Dempsey is barking at the Seagull dugout, who have been in his ear all night. Trent Keys does his job with a sack fly. That goes F7. RBI for Keys. Sonoma leads by 3. Europero tagged and scored, and that could have been disastrous. Caden Heflin had no idea where that baseball was, battling the poor lighting, especially down that left field line. He stuck his glove out, and mercifully it went in for Seagull fans. Now Heredia takes low inside. And Blake Dempsey has now warned the Seagull dugout 4 times. At some point, Mark Caviglia has to settle down a rowdy first base dugout. And for a team down 3 runs on an L9, I do love the passion. A pick back to second, not in time. And immediately the entire dugout yells, he's out. Playing with fire is a Seagull home dugout. 6-3 Stompers in the 8th. 1-0 pitch. Heredia takes low, 2-0. Time called, and now Harvey Maxey is yelling at the Seagull dugout. San Francisco not making any friends with the umpiring crew today, and a game's being protested by the other team. This is something. Heredia takes. There's a called strike inside corner, 2-1. When these two teams played here early in the season, Sonoma scored 7 in the 9th inning to come back from a 5-run deficit. Here, it's a 6-3 game in the 8th. The pitch to Heredia is a called strike. Another nice pitch on the inner third. And Nate called that in the pregame show one of the craziest games he's ever seen. There's going to be another 7-run rally in this league in the 9th inning this year. I don't know if we're going to see 1/5 of what we saw today. My goodness. Outside in the low, 3-2. This is maybe the craziest baseball game I've ever seen. It's played under protest by now the winning team, Sonoma. They have 3 home in the inning. Payoff pitch to Mateo Heredia with 2 on. Runners don't go. Heredia takes outside ball. 4 of the bases are reloaded with 1 out for the scariest man you could ask if you're Mark Caviglia, Mr. Hunter Carlson, who has struck out today, reached on an error, singled, and walked. Mateo Heredia and Hunter Carlson meet, and Mateo gives him the scouting report. One more time, we have a 6-3 ball game. Thanks for sticking with us. We're in the top of the 8th. Carlson has 3 home runs and 7 RBI against these Seagulls. He had a 2-home run day here in early June. He doesn't need a long ball here. He just needs to get at least 1 more home. First pitch to Hunter is low, 1-0. Walks as good as a hit for the powerful lefty from Georgia State. Carlson from Hudson, Wisconsin. Entered play today hitting .299. Whalen comes set at the belt and delivers home. Hunter takes a called strike. 1-1. The Stomper backs up, got the start for the North in the California Collegiate League All-Star Game on July 4th in Reno. He walked twice. Oh, the Stompers would love a free pass here. 1-1 pitch. Carlson takes inside and low, 2-1. And Finn Whalen, who has been a majority starter the last 2 years for the Seagulls, has been brought in as a reliever with the bases loaded. A real tough situation for a guy already in an uncomfortable element. Has to come in the zone on 2-1. He does, and Carlson bounces it foul at the plate. And I'll tell you this, if San Francisco can get out of this inning with just being down 3, the momentum will still be with Sonoma, but it will be a whole lot less. Johnston from third, Ayala from second, Heredia from first. 2-2 pitch, Finn Whalen to Hunter Carlson. Here it is. Hunter strikes out swinging. First strikeout for Mr. Whalen.
Now batting, the catcher, number 36, Angel Garcia.
Stompers have hit around in the 8th. The pitch to Garcia, swing and a miss. Stomper bullpen is quiet. Alec Murray will get the bottom of this inning. A stomper from every base with 2 outs. Vassell led off this inning with a single. He's on deck. Garcia would love to get it to him. Angel takes a called strike at the knees. Nothing in 2. Oh, 2 to Angel Garcia. Has to shorten up the swing. The righty fouls it back to the screen. 6 outs to get for the Stompers, nursing a 3-run lead. Sonoma has 3 hits in the inning, 2 bunts that force Seagull miscues. The 0-2 to Garcia, outside and low. But biggest out of this inning was Hunter Carlson, who struck out with the bases loaded and 1 out. Trent Keys, a nice sacrifice fly. The Seagulls committed 2 errors on 1 play, and that's really the difference in the inning. A dropped, popped-up bunt. 1-2 to Garcia. Struck him out swinging. Whalen out of the jam, and the side is retired. The Stompers get 3 runs on 3 hits, 2 errors, 3 left. We've got ourselves a good one. Sonoma doubling up San Francisco 6-3 after 7.5.
The official headwear provider for the Sonoma Stompers is Melvin Roy. Melvin Roy hats, made to be lived in. From baseball nights in Sonoma to road trips anywhere. Everyday moments, Melvin Roy hats. This is legacy in motion. Melvin Roy. This season, AVA Tractor LLC is proud to support local baseball and the farming community that helps keep the wine country working. AVA Tractor provides vineyard-focused equipment for serious growers, including Deutz Fahr tractors. From daily farming needs to the next generation of vineyard equipment, AVA Tractor is built for Napa and Sonoma growers who need ROI, local support, and equipment that can work in real vineyard conditions. Hit it out of the park with AVA Tractor LLC. Solutions made for your vineyard. Can I have another beer, please? Can I have another beer, please? The first rule to carrying on is to not get carried away. The Sonoma Springs Brewing Company reminds you to always drink responsibly.
Tanner Wohl, Pepperdine commit, high school kid up in a big spot. Murray, a righty, allowed 1 walk in the 7th. Back out for a second inning of work. First one misses high, 1-0. That one got a big piece of Blake Dempsey. Hope the home plate umpire's okay. And the rest of the umpires come to check on him, as does Mark Caviglia. That one got him square in the face. Gage McCown up and loosening in the bullpen. Wall in the ballgame today has popped out twice and walked. It was an all-star for the North. Got an at-bat in the 9th. Here he's in his 4th plate appearance, and he takes inside 2-0. Alec Murray has to challenge in the zone. I understand you have to nibble around the edges in a tie game in the 7th. Now you have a 3-run lead in the 8th. Make them get a hit off you. Wall hits it a mile high. It's very shallow right center. Someone has to make a call, and it's the right fielder, Keys, who does. And Wall got ahead 2-0, and he popped it up to the right fielder, Keys, 1 away. A.J. Hurtado lined out, popped out, and was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded in the 6th. Couple current and former Golden Eagles, the hitter and the catcher. Murray, the Fordham Ram delivers. This one's lined foul down the left field line. 0-1. Hurtado and Garcia actually shared the catcher room at Coppin State this past year. It's going to be a couple more looks for Mr. Hurtado as Garcia's headed to play out in Kentucky for the Bellarmine Knights. The pitch is popped up, very shallow center. Ayala comes in and makes the catch on the infield. And when the sun goes down here in San Bruno and the mist rolls in, the ball will die. That's what we saw in both pop-ups in this inning. So that goes as a P6. It was bound for center, and then Ayala started back and then came in and caught it almost even with the second base bag at the shortstop position. Murray comes home, and it's an appeal to first. Yes, Davis Gurman did swing. Bottom of inning number 8. Sonoma nursing now a 6-3 cushion. Gurman takes low. And Alec Murray out of the bullpen today. This would be a gutsy 2 innings of work. McCown ready for the 9th. Murray's got to get him there. The pitch. Gurman takes a called strike at the knees. In a ball game getting played under protest, Murray throws a 1-2, high 2-2 to Davis Gurman. Gurman was the man that sort of started this whole controversy by no fault of his own. He was scheduled to be the 5th hitter today, and then in the 2nd inning, Cade Heflin hit in that spot, and he hit in the spot of Derek Waldvogel. No outs were issued, and so Zach Pace protested the ball game. Gurman takes outside 3-2. And we go back to what I said earlier this inning. You have to throw strikes in this spot. You'd rather get beat by a single than allow a free base runner. Payoff pitch from Alec Murray. Sets at the belt. Gurman takes low ball 4. And I think Murray's earned himself a little bit of a leash, but Gage McCown can get 4 outs if he needs it. And Davis Gurman will now take first base. That was ball 4. It's Gurman's second walk today. And now Derek Waldvogel will hit. He grounded out in the first. And excuse me for not really knowing the scoring of his first few innings. It was a very murky area on what Seagull hit when. He swings first pitch and hits it foul down the left field line. Waldvogel has to get something going for the Gulls. They trailed 6-3 after a 3-run rally in the top of this inning. Leading from first is Gurman with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Not running. Murray delivers outside and low. The Stompers played their brand of baseball. They bunted. They put the ball in play and waited on the Seagulls to make a mistake, and they finally made a few in the 8th. Now Murray trying to close the door in the bottom of this frame. Swing and a miss. Waldvogel out in front. The Stompers sent 9 men to the plate in that top of the 8th. It'll be the same 3 to start off the 9th. Vassell, Sebastiani, and Urapero. 1-2 from Murray. Low, 2-2. Competitive pitch from the Fordham Ram righty, sporting the high socks. Position just under the knee. Stares in to get a sign. Shakes off Garcia once. Takes a peek at first base. Comes set at the belt. Gurman from first, not running. Sidestep delivery. Waldvogel just gets a piece. If these results hold, Sonoma would get just their 2nd road victory of the season and snap what would be a 7-game road losing streak. And for the Seagulls, it would be their 10th loss in a row. No love lost between these two after a real fiery affair here on a Wednesday night. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Gurman still at first base, and Murray once again shakes off. Garcia puts down the correct sign on the 2nd attempt. Sets up low. The pitch is fouled off once more. A very, very good at-bat from Derek Waldvogel. Murray working very slowly. Set to deal a 4th consecutive 2-2 pitch. That one's lined to right field. Trent Keys makes the catch, and the side is retired. The Stompers pour out of the third base dugout to congratulate Alec Murray on a monster 2 innings of work. We head to the 9th. The Stompers try and add to a 3-run lead.
The official headwear provider for the Sonoma Stompers is Melvin Roy. Melvin Roy hats, made to be lived in. From baseball nights in Sonoma to road trips anywhere. Everyday moments, Melvin Roy hats. This is legacy in motion. Melvin Roy. This season, AVA Tractor LLC is proud to support local baseball and the farming community that helps keep the wine country working. AVA Tractor provides vineyard-focused equipment for serious growers, including Deutz Fahr tractors. From daily farming needs to the next generation of vineyard equipment, AVA Tractor is built for Napa and Sonoma growers who need ROI. local support, and equipment that can work in real vineyard conditions. Hit it out of the park with AVA Tractor LLC. Solutions made for your vineyard.
To the 9th inning we go in a wild one.
Leading off for the Stompers, the third baseman, number 20.
Tino Vassell, Nick Sebastiani, and Misael Uripera. All three of them are credited with singles. That was in the 8th. The Stompers hit around. Finn Whalen from the windup delivers home, and Vassell takes a called strike one at the top of the zone. In the 9th, it'll be Cade Heflin, Alan Ramirez, and Emilio Feliciano, the bottom three in the order for San Francisco. Sonoma hoping it's more than a 3-run lead as Vassell takes low 1-0. Sonoma took a 1-0 lead in the top of the third. The goals answered immediately. Sonoma tacked on runs in the 4th and 6th to go up 3-1. The Seagulls answered again to tie it at 3 after 6. As Vassell takes up and away 2-1. And then Sonoma finally broke that deadlock in the top of the 8th with 3 runs to now hold a 6-3 cushion. For Sonoma, 6 runs on 11 hits and 1 error. On the other end, 3 runs, 3 hits for San Francisco and 2 errors. Vassell takes again, and the count is now 3 balls and 1 strike. Vassell swings on 3-1. It's a weak ground ball to first. Nobody's covering. It's a race between Whalen and Vassell, and the pitcher wins it. 1 unassisted on the ground ball. But another miscommunication between their Lamoth and Whalen.
It's the hot dog batter, Nick Sebastiani. If he strikes out, hot dogs will be half price for the remainder of the half inning.
So Vassell is out. And that means Nick Sebastiani will hit, and he'll take up and inside. Nick bunted up the third base line, and Ramirez came in, did not throw to first, and the big thing was no one covered third, so Vassell went first to third on the bunt. Sebastiani takes a called strike. 1-1. Nick's been aboard twice. He scored a run. He swings and misses here. A big hack. It's 1-2. There's a couple options Zach Pace has for the 9th inning. Gage McCown or Alec Murray are really the 2 choices. Keller Osmond also available. The pitch. Sebastiani fouls it off. But Keller Osmond is coaching first base today, and he's right now down the first base line, so he will not be ready to pitch at least the beginning of the 9th. Osmond was the one who got the save in this game almost a month ago. 1-2 to Sebastiani. Outside and low, 2-2. Thanks for sticking with us here on a Wednesday night. The Stompers and the Seagulls never disappoint. Even 2-2 delivery. Sebastiani checks his swing. Appeal to third. No swing. Very strong forearms from the 2-time All-CCL North team, Sebastiani. Whalen from the windup. His payoff pitch to Nick is high and tight, ball 4. The Stompers have a base runner, and Sebastiani's been on base 3 times today. Whalen will be forced to go from the stretch when he deals with Misael Uripera, who has had himself a 3-hit ball game.
Number 51, Misael Uripero.
Misael, left-handed hitter. Whalen, a righty on the mound. Finn's second year here with the Seagulls. Delivers from the slide step, a called strike 1. A wild affair that's been under protest since inning number 2. Europero fouls it back late on a fastball. The biggest play in this ball game was a Connor Johnston bunt that was first dropped by the first baseman Lamoth, and then Hurtado threw it down the line as Europero strikes out swinging on 3 pitches here to Whalen, who's done a real nice job of limiting the damage. He came in, bases loaded, nobody out. Sack fly, walk, strikeout, strikeout, and those strikeouts were of Carlson and Garcia. Here in this 9th inning, he's induced a ground ball. He's walked Sebastiani, who's at first, and now Connor Johnston digs in. Finn Whalen comes set at the belt and misses outside. Johnston today struck out twice, grounded out, and then reached on that error. The pitch, CJ swings and misses. We've been one to Johnston, grounded to the right side and threw into right. Sebastiani plays just station to station, a back pick to him. The throw is high. So a single for Connor Johnston. The line continues for Bryson Ayala.
Number 47, Bryson Ayala.
Ayala up with 2 on and 2 out. Here in the 9th inning, Sonoma trying to add to a 3-run cushion. Whalen to Ayala, right on right. The pitch, Bryson takes, low, 1-0. Ayala worked a walk. That was in the 8th. Called strike, top of his zone. That's been given all night by Blake Dempsey, who's been dealt no easy hand with today's ball game from either side. 1-1 the count to Ayala, who hits this one hard but foul down the line. And I believe the count is 1-2. The scoreboard will now agree with me at a ball and 2 strikes. Outfield shades Ayala to the pull side. The pitch, low, 2-2. Hurtado with a nice block. AJ's had a real nice day behind the plate. One very costly error. Now the question on everyone's mind, who is going to pitch the 9th inning for Sonoma? McCown hasn't been up for an inning. Whalen's pitch, Ayala strikes out swinging, and the inning is over. The Stompers cannot add any insurance on no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left. The bottom of the 9th is next. Alec Murray back to the hill to try and shut things down in a 6-3 ball game.
The official headwear provider for the Sonoma Stompers is Melvin Roy. Melvin Roy hats, made to be lived in. From baseball nights in Sonoma to road trips anywhere. Everyday moments, Melvin Roy hats. This is legacy in motion. Melvin Roy. This season, AVA Tractor LLC is proud to support local baseball and the farming community that helps keep the wine country working. AVA Tractor provides vineyard-focused equipment for serious growers, including Deutz Fahr tractors. From daily farming needs to the next generation of vineyard equipment, AVA Tractor is built for Napa and Sonoma growers who need ROI, local support, and equipment that can work in real vineyard conditions. Hit it out of the park with AVA Tractor LLC. Solutions made for your vineyard.
The ninth inning, Alec Murray is out there in a save situation. He's in line for a win, not a save. He has to deal with the bottom three in the order. Cade Heflin, Alan Ramirez, and then Emilio Feliciano. Sonoma aiming for their 4th consecutive league win. Heflin, a left-handed hitter, hit twice. It was the heart of that controversy. He takes a first pitch just high. Those that have stuck around here in San Bruno have seen themselves a very good ball game. Swing and a miss from Heflin, 0-1. Cade from Wheeling University. His first at-bat in the 2nd inning, he grounded out, then he hit again to lead off the 3rd. He struck out. He's lined out and popped out since. Alec needs any of those results here, and instead he hits them. And that could be the start of the rally of a leadoff man aboard.
The third baseman, number 56, Alan Ramirez.
And that brings up Alan Ramirez. Nobody up for the Stompers. This is Murray's ball game to finish. Right on right, Murray against Ramirez. Tying run in the on-deck circle. Alec comes set at the belt. Sidestep delivery home is a called strike 1. The Seagulls have lost 9 games in a row. Their last victory was 15 days ago. They're aiming for their first win against a team above 500 this season. Sonoma wants a 14th win. This one's hit hard to third. Vassell picks it. Goes to second for 1. Europeo picks that. The throw to first. 5-4-3 double play. Sonoma infield flashes the leather in the 9th. How do you like that? A one-hop ground ball to Tino Vassell. He backhand picked it. Through low to Europero, he backhand picked it and turned to first in time. And on a day where the Seagulls defense has cost them the ball game, the Sonoma defense could have saved them here in the 9th. Emilio Feliciano, the last hope for SF. Fastball low, 1-0. And I'll have a question for Zach Pace in this. I'll have a question for Zach Pace about sending Alec Murray out for a 3rd, no matter the outcome here in the 9th, but he's looking like he's been right so far. As Murray misses, down 2-0. What a ball game we have had. Alec Murray trying to finish off a 3rd inning of work. Comes set and comes home. Feliciano starts his swing, but he stopped it in time, 3-0. And it felt like this game was oh so close to being over with that beautifully turned double play. The pressure mounting back on the Stomps. Murray has to come in the zone on 3-0 to Feliciano. He does not. Ball 4. And the top of the order, things could get interesting with Jake Brewer's spot due up. Jake did not play at Cal State University, Monterey Bay. Runner at first with 2 outs. Alec comes set at the belt. Delivers home. Low, ball 1. 5 consecutive misses from Murray. laboring here in the 9th. Getting set to throw his 42nd pitch of the outing. The tall righty misses low again. It's 2 balls and no strikes. And if Brewer can find a way on, Christian Lamoth, who has 2 home runs and 15 RBI, would represent the tying run. Murray has to come in the zone here on 2-0 to Brewer. The pitch. Misses 3-0. Lamoth, the danger man on deck. 7 pitches have missed the zone consecutively for Murray. And Keller Osmond's going to start walking around that bullpen. 3-0 is high ball 4. 8 straight out of the zone have led to 2 walks, and that brings up Christian Lamoth as the tying run. And Angel Garcia is going to talk things over with Alec Murray. Murray started this inning with a hit by pitch. He drilled Cade Heflin. He got Alan Ramirez to bounce into a 5-4-3 double play. He's walked 2 hitters since. Garcia, Carlson, and Murray meet on the mound. And here comes Mike Nunez and the rest of the infield as Sonoma trying to buy Keller Osmond as much time as possible. I think this could be Murray's last hitter. Tanner Wall on deck. What a big spot that would be. The entire Stomper infield. Vassell, Ayala, Europero, Carlson meet with Alec Murray and Angel Garcia at the pitcher's mound, joined by the pitching coach Mike Nunez, trying to just settle him down any way that he can. Before Blake Dempsey goes to break it up, they head back to their rightful positions themselves. This is going to be a real interesting first pitch. He's missed with 8. He has to get ahead of Christian Lamoth. Lamoth, a left-handed hitter from St. Bonaventure, represented San Francisco at the All-Star game this past weekend. He's trying to find himself an All-Star moment here in the 9th. He is the tying run. 2 on, 2 out. Murray peaks at second and delivers home. Called strike 1. And everyone can take at least a little bit of a deep breath. Not much. Tying run at the plate. 6-3 Stompers in the 9th. Murray sets at the belt. Another check at second. He checks again. He checks a 3rd time and now comes to the plate. Lamoth hits it high in the air to right. Trent Keys is under it. He makes the catch. The ball game is over. In a controversial affair, Sonoma steals one from San Francisco. They've won 4 ball games in a row, and for the first time since June 13th, Sonoma find themselves with a record above 500. What a ball game we had today in San Bruno. Your final score, the Stompers 6, the Seagulls 3. We'll be back with the totals after this.
At Ricci Vineyards, we feel that wine and baseball are the perfect pairing, and we are proud supporters of our Sonoma Stompers. Our family-run vineyard has been farming and growing grapes and carneros for over 40 years. We encourage you to witness our wine journey and check out our selection of boutique offerings at RicciVineyards.com.
The Stompers are proud to have Adams Chiropractic as our official chiropractor. Keeping our players healthy and in the lineup is our #1 priority, and Adams Chiropractic is right there every step of the way, thanks to Dr. Lawrence Adams. Another game is in the books. To break things down, let's go back to Kieran and Nate with the Stompers postgame show.
In a ball game mired with controversy from the very beginning, the Stompers and Zach Pace protested the result before we got to the 1/3 mark of the ball game, but the result in the end went the way of the Stompers by a final score of 6-3, 6 runs on 12 hits and 1 error beats 3 runs, 3 hits, and 2 errors. Maybe some scoring changes to come on the miscues. But Nate, it was a far cry from yesterday's 6-2 win. This was an ugly affair from the get-go.
Yeah, and it really didn't have to be, but because the way things played out, this game is still under protest by Sonoma, so the league office could decide if Sonoma's case, despite the win, is relevant. This game could still get replayed down the line in the season, but we don't think that will happen. Sonoma did win this game. It was just a gutsy win.
It was.
Good job by Alec Murray to go 9 outs, 7, 8, and 9. Not without some scary moments, but he got through it, relied on his defense to make plays. A really good job there by pitching for Sonoma. Just an all-around, just a gutsy win.
The Stompers had 2 home runs to beat San Francisco last night at Arnold Field. Today, they used the small ball. 2 bunts in that 8th inning led to mistakes, and that's what people always say. If you put the ball in play, they're going to make a mistake, and that's exactly what happened with those bunts.
Yeah, exactly, and it wasn't just any mistakes. It was a bad mistake. It was a popped-up bunt from Connor Johnston that really should have been fielded by either the first baseman or the pitcher. Neither one got it. It went in and out of the glove, and then it was just a bad throw. Anything could happen at that point, and that's why Sonoma took this one.
Stompers get the job done with 3 runs in the 8th. 6, 12, and 1 beat 3, 3, and 2. The bunt by Connor Johnston that led to 2 errors in 1 play, the difference in the 8th. Alec Murray is your winning pitcher. He improves to 2 and 1. The loser is George Schmidt, who actually pitched very well until that 8th inning. He falls to 0 and 2. There was no save in the contest. The Stompers are 14 and 13. They snapped their 7-game road losing streak, and they've won their 4th in a row, and 4 out of 4 against San Francisco. 4 and 22, and now 10 consecutive losses for the home goals. These 2 teams play again on Sunday at 6:05, but the Stompers play again tomorrow at 4 o'clock. It's a 3:50 pregame show, audio only from Chabot College against the Merchants. That one has some playoff implications. But for now, from San Bruno Park, Stompers win at 6-3. For Nate Martin, I'm Kieran Costa, saying see you later from